Hi, chat. Hello? Guys, I'm sorry I was 2 minutes late. But hello, how is everyone? Do I sound okay? It's been actual months since I streamed. It's going well, it's going well. Like I have chirp playing in the background because I was too lazy to open a tab or anything. I don't know how professional streamers do it. Alright. But Minecraft's got a built-in system, so hello. Chirp is fire. Yeah, I actually spent too much time picking. I was gonna play Relic, but then I was like, but Relic's not renewable, so that's not really fitting. He did Black Void bits? I don't get what that means. You use OBS, just change up stuff in the app. Yep. Ken, you were epic in the new escape fit. Oh yeah, the Weefies one. I assume you mean. Thank you. Yeah, the funny thing, I don't know if they mentioned this. This is not the point of the stream, but a fun thing about that, I was the only one who didn't know this. Should I say this? Yeah, who cares? Who cares? I'm me. I can say what I want. I was the only one who didn't know the solutions, pretty much. Watto mainly built it. Weefy somewhat supervised building the escape room, so he basically knew all the puzzles. So I was the only one left in the dark. They literally just pulled me on the server. They didn't even tell me what they were recording. They just got me on. And they're like, alright. Alright. I could tell it was an escape room, because while I was waiting for them to set it up, they're like, do we need to fix the such and such mistake in this room and whatever? It was very weird, but yeah, I know. Yeah, it's staged. Welcome to the world of Minecraft escape rooms. Anyway, yeah, I kind of figured I would just start the Q&A when the stream, when the music ended, but the music actually lasts a while, doesn't it? I'm about to go to school? What? Get out of your time zone, sorry. You went off the pressure plate? Oh, actually, no, even crazier thing. We had to re-record that a few times because... Oh, do I tell them? Hey, look, I haven't signed an NDA. I can say what I want. Watto messed up the shot to, like, wind charge the items to Weefies, like, several times. So we had to reset the world. Like, stop the server and restart it. In the first take, I was not the first one to step off the pressure plate. Actually, wait. I might have been. I might have been in both takes, but that's besides the point. At least the first time we had more time to think. Anyway, song's over. Welcome, everyone. So, how many of you have seen the silly little video? I just realized I forgot to flip the stair. I hope that doesn't show up in the video. If you haven't seen it, that's kind of funny. But that's okay, you're still welcome to this stream. Okay, so I want to make this a little brief, because I don't want to spend too long streaming. But here, let me just open the video, and we could talk about, the process of why it was my next video and not like a debunk or something like it probably should be. One of the most interesting videos you've seen. I'm glad it was very experimental, of course. Cobweb as an exercise to the viewer gave me math book nightmares. Really? Did you solve it? I saw people in the comments who did. I was very glad that people figured it out. It's not like too obscure, but it's definitely quite a few steps. Noah's Ark. You're spelling it wrong. Anyway, oh my gosh. Wanted to send a dono to show my appreciation. Thank you very much. Wow, thank you for the $25. That's very kind. I really appreciate it. I was very nervous that this video wasn't going to perform well because it's so experimental, but well, I guess it worked out. So, okay, guys, I have to explain for for context, I'm gonna switch off the black screen because I'd rather like jump around uh in Minecraft ADHD-ly rather than stare at a black screen. Um so okay. Wait. Actually, I do have something to show you. So guys, who amongst you watch Unstable Universe? This is the first thing I need to bring up. Um because there was this certain unstable recording called like we built the greatest civilization, and they built like some giant city in the end dimension. Now, what's that? Never heard of it. See, I can't tell who's joking and who's not. I genuinely can't. They could probably be serious. It's just it's a little role play server. I don't know. How to explain unstable universe? How to explain? Here, I'll pull up a video. I'll pull up a video because this is relevant. Um, all right. Wait. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so this is Parrot, and he does literal 3 hour long videos where he drags out an entire story. I mean, he tells a 3 hour story. In this example, he builds a city thousands of blocks away to hide from an army of people that's trying to kill him, and he builds this giant civilization, and then it gets destroyed. Whatever. Uh, when I was in this recording, I was like, okay, if we're gonna live out here in the end, I want to bring as many renewable resources as we can, because we can't get them if we can't go back to the overworld. So every time like I was on screen, I made it my mission to like I don't know the other moments I'm on screen. I'm trying to find them. But I tried to make it my mission to like be the guy who flew out and grabbed as much stuff as I could. Like all the farmable stuff to bring it back to the civilization. But I couldn't think of what was renewable at the time. I couldn't figure it out. That's the context behind why I'm holding that. But I can't find the other clips I'm in. This is taking too long. Whatever. So the point is, I just wanted to give myself a little reference sheet I could use anytime in the future. I hope I might actually it might be destroyed, but that was the whole point. I was just gonna give myself some like little thing I could refer to. Yeah, over here. This was where I did my like running through every individual item and seeing what I could remove. You're in an SMP. It's not a real SMP. It's not a real SMP. It is a very scripted SMP, guys. I promise you. If you haven't seen it, it's yeah. No, that's kind of the whole point. You could watch the video about the proton. You could look at the prison and judge for yourself how definitely survival friendly that server is. Yeah, no, this wasn't the setup for the visuals. Again, originally this was just sort of my brainstorming pretty much. And I think the first world I came up with was this. Here. Let's reveal it. And I thought it was a cool enough world that I was going to make a second channel video on it. I was like, oh my gosh. People would be interested in this. Here's my list of items. You can see that, for instance, the saplings don't need to be here. I don't know how I forgot that wandering traders give saplings, so you could throw those out. There's only one sniffer egg for some reason. There's two shulkers, because for some reason I thought a shulker had to hit a different shulker. It was so bad. Pink petals also don't have to be here, but it was pretty close. Oh yeah, these don't even have to be here. That's crazy. Also, these don't have to be here. That's also crazy. Wow, I was really far behind when I first designed this. But you can see the similarities. Yeah, we have the two kinds of vaults. Yeah, you shrunk it way down. Yeah, this was like back in November. Again, why calcite for the background for this? I don't know. Just a random block. Am I going to update the list for 1.22? If by that you mean I'm going to update the world, probably. I think for as long as I can, I'll try and update like give newer versions of the renewables world. I don't have any other actual list. 4 months. Yeah, cause okay. Again, this originally was not meant to be a main channel video. This was I have only 2 times in my life had a second channel video graduate into a main channel video, and the only reason this one did was because I wrote the script for it, and I realized that it was over 20 minutes long, and also the scenes were starting to get more high effort. Like, I was trying to find a good way to visualize stuff, right? I was like, okay, I'll use this as a background. And it started out as just like these, the fundamental things that I really had to visualize. Also, someone in the comments wisely pointed out this doesn't have to be here. Good catch. I'm gonna put it back because I don't want there to be a hole because OCD. But yeah, I'll talk more about that later. But yeah, the more effort I put into the scenes and the longer the script was, the more I realized that I should upgrade it and finally upload on main channel for the first time in 7 months. And that is the story. Why didn't you mention force loading chunks for lava? ? Do you want to elaborate on what force loading chunks is? When you update the world, would you count mob variants? Because I want to farm cool chicken variants. See, I also considered that. But again, my world is only for items. It's not for mobs. Like, you can't get stuff like hoglins and husks. Camels are really stupid. I hate the way that camels are renewable because they don't even spawn naturally. You just need 2 camels. Like, you could look up how to find camels in regular Minecraft. They don't spawn. They pre-generate with desert villages. Yeah, force loading chunks? I don't understand what you mean by that for renewable lava. How did you make the animations? Okay. Which animations? These ones or here, I'll show you the trick. For these at least. Complementary reimagined shaders in the nether. That's pretty much it. They spawn naturally in deserts now? Okay. Reasonable. And then just lower your render distance by an insane amount. You could tell this is the same place that I have my like pie charts. But yeah, this is literally it. And there you go. Fancy. Chat, friendly reminder to give the stream a like. Oh my gosh. So true. I don't mind. You don't have to. This is just a casual stream. Would it work for Bedrock version 2? No, a lot of this is very different from Bedrock. For one, Bedrock actually has renewable netherrack. The scene at the beginning of my video where I'm like, 9% of items in Minecraft are finite. If you destroy one, such as Deep Slate, that line used to be netherrack. I was like, even if you destroy something like netherrack. But I changed that because I realized that people would, Bedrock players would complain. So I changed it just for you guys. Okay, wait. I need to see if I missed in chat the explanation for what they mean by force loading chunks. Because I don't know if they responded to that question. I'm very perplexed by what they're talking about. Did you literally just fly into them, or was it... Yeah, no, it was replay mod, yeah. You can use a bunch of written books. Oh my gosh, for the 1000th time. Okay. Fine. You know what, guys? Chat, I'm so sorry. This is no longer a video. This is no longer a Q&A about the video that I just uploaded. This is now going to be a debunk because I thought those stupid commenters from my video would stay in the comment section of my video, but you found your way into this stream. Congratulations. Welcome. Okay, so guys, let me teach you a lesson. 2 things. First of all, it's called chunk regen. Second, there's this thing. Okay, so open your Minecraft world. Open a file of a Minecraft world you have, and you're going to see this file called level.dat. Now, that is the file that tells you how your world generates. In this one, I have vanilla terrain. If I fly in any direction, I can go to chunks that don't exist yet, and the game will read the level.dat file to decide, based on the seed and the other generation settings, those being vanilla, what chunks to add. Now, if I were in a super flat world, let's say I'm in a super flat world. If I traveled really far out in a super flat world, do you know what I would see when new chunks load? Do you know what I would see? I would see more super flat chunks because it's super flat. Because that's what the level.dat file is telling it to generate, because it has the generation settings. Now, if I'm in a void world, do you want to guess what happens when you load new chunks? It's the same thing. It's a void world. That's what you would get. So guys, if I regenerated a chunk, if I deleted this chunk from the world, how on earth would I get vanilla terrain out of it? I don't even know the context for this. I think I don't want to say the channel that I think most of the people are taking this from, but let's just say there's a particular channel that did a particular challenge in which, to get an end portal to spawn, they do chunk regen. And I think it look. This is not meant to be a debunk stream, but just you can't get a portal to magically appear in a void world. I'm not giving you. Look. If it's serious enough, I'll make a debunk on it later. Look, I'm not trying to fire shots right now. I'm not trying to make enemies. Just know I'm going to be respectful here. You cannot generate an end portal in a void world magically. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. So yeah. Shall we watch the video? I guess. Maybe I shouldn't be in the Nether because the Nether makes sounds. Oh wait, yeah, I can pause. What do you mean, bro? The chunk regen exploit is actually the /summon end portal exploit? True. If camels pre-generate in desert villages, surely that makes them finite? No, because they can breed. That was a mistake I think a few people made in trying to guess the two non-renewable mobs. Some people said silverfish for some reason, which actually, now that I think about it, your only renewable silverfish in the void world that I made is also the trial spawner. How is netherrack renewable? In Bedrock edition only, of course. When a portal generates and there's nothing around it, like if it generates over like a lava ocean, it has like a little bedrock or a little netherrack platform, basically. So that's why, which Java doesn't have. But yeah, I guess let's go over some things. I'll be honest, there was no need for that crash out. There is no need. So, guys, I gotta explain something. Can Ken see me, or am I being ignored? Well, look, I only read every like 1,000th chat message, so let me see. You're special now. I'll scroll up through all of chat to see what you last said. I can't find it. I'm sorry. I actually can't see you. It's the first one. It's both. It's both now. It's extremely reasonable for you to crash out. Thank you. So, guys, as you may know, there was this little story where on January 31st, I sent a community post, well, actually, it was basically February 1st, saying that I would not be uploading the video because I wasn't happy with it. And that is mostly because it was originally made for second channel, and most of the scenes were, well, let's just say, recorded lazily because it was meant for second channel quality. And I wanted to spend part of this Q&A, or part of this behind the scenes stream, showing different segments of what the original draft looks like to sort of get a perspective of what changes I made. When's the next debunk video? I think it's the next one. But yeah, there's only a couple like major, like really obvious changes, and those are the only ones I want to show. But we'll probably get to them as we get to them, rather than like start with them. Perspective, real. Please, Ken, just one time. Okay, I see you again. I see your message a second time. What's the one I meant to see? What's... Yes. Okay, there, you're seen. Congratulations, I guess. Another question. When is the next video? Well. Well. We don't ask those questions around here. What were the two non-renewable mobs? They're in like the top of the comment section. I think people mentioned them, right? You scroll down and it's Piglin, Brutes, and Elder Guardians. Both of which you can actually get back with chunk regen. If it weren't for the fact that the world generates as void. Yeah. I actually think I think I saw someone who said bats, because I think they were thinking, oh, bats don't, like, they're not breedable or anything. But I don't know. I don't know if they were joking. Even though Elder Guardians are renewable because you can find them in trial chambers. Oh, right, I forgot. Right. I learned that from the Dream SMP. Oh, yeah. No, it's not trial chambers. You can find them in buried treasures. That was it. That was it. Ken behind the scenes on Unstable Universe. I actually have like one shot of behind the scenes footage that I have never released. But anyway, here, let's begin, and I'll give a bit of commentary on things. 9% of items in Minecraft are limited resources. If you destroy one of these items, even something as abundant as Deep Slate, your world would forever have one less of that. Okay, actually, this isn't even in the final draft. This was from a draft even before the final draft, or before the draft, the first draft, not the final draft. But remember how I said the original shots were with Netherrack? That's why this clip is in like the Nether, because all the shots were in the Nether. I just wanted to mention that because I had to re-record all of the intro. As you will see, it'll be a lot more than all of the intro, but that's just where this began. The whole process of like re-recording for main channel, the whole upgrading the video. This one was kind of fun. I had to clear out Deep Slate, and then I realized that infested Deep Slate exists. So I had to do like a second take of this. Hello, thank you for the $2. I very much appreciate it. I can tell by the math of the chat revenue that I missed a super chat. Oops. Anyway. World forever. Here is a list of all of them. And the thing about this list is this is gonna pain you, but it used to be a perfect rectangle. It was a perfect rectangle, and then I realized I was missing 3 items. For some reason, I don't know how this happened. But this was like literally a couple days before the actual video released. I somehow noticed it was missing both colors of Nilium. I don't know how that didn't end up on the thing. Like, I had a chest that had like a list of all of them. I don't know how I forgot them. And I also forgot Netherite upgrade, which is a little more understandable, I guess. So last minute, I sort of reshuffled around the order of things. But sadly, that meant I had to like kick 3 things out to the side. They ended up being these 3. And this number is 3 multiplied by a prime number. So there was no way it would fit in a rectangle at a reasonable aspect ratio. Which I hate. I miss the rectangle. I'm so sad. But why didn't you just pile the 3 items onto the rest of them? What? What about all armor trims? No, because this list is only referring to like fully non-renewable, like not including the multiplayer items. So Notch Apple, diamonds, all that stuff, that's not on this list because of vaults. So this list alone is already kind of foreshadowing where I'm gonna get later. How long did it take you to make this? I don't really think it didn't feel long. Like, if I describe the method to you, it'll sound long, but I don't feel like it was. It was opening my inventory, the creative menu, and scrolling down using my knowledge of the game to just grab all the non-renewables one by one and put them into like a few chests, and then I brought the chests over. These are of course in invisible item frames. Also, studio lighting. Not only are these on barriers, each one of these has a light block, because otherwise they are way too dark and all you can see is like the silhouettes of the items. So light blocks, super powerful for like recording stuff in general. They're actually just a really cool item. Why does it take you so long to make videos? A lot of answers to that question. Anyway, take good care of them. The other 91% of items. Second mistake. In the original draft. Oh, actually, is this in the original? No, this isn't in. Okay, so older draft, before even the first one, again, for some reason, my little idiotic self forgot that some items in Minecraft aren't even obtainable. So it used to just say that, like, this gray section used to not exist. It used to just be the blue, and I was like, the other 91% are renewable. And then like it was only like a month into the process when I realized that I had to add this slice. That was a bit clutch. Because if I forgot that, why did you not add light block to the list? Because this is finite items. This is limited but obtainable ones, not unobtainable ones. So the ones that aren't obtainable at all are, you know, your stupid stuff like bedrock, command blocks, whatever. Most of it is actually the spawn eggs. That's what makes up the bulk of the 8%. Like 99% of this is just spawn eggs. But yeah, anyway, I added that 8%, and that's why the script is a little weird here, because I say the other 91% are renewable. Minus some of them. Like, minus a small slice which weren't obtainable in the first place. These are all the items that you... Okay, so as for this animation, which I kind of added just to clarify what I'm talking about, after I had to rescript and it was kind of scuffed, I did this with MS Paint. There is so much you can do with very basic free resources if you're just clever enough. The way this was done, I wonder if I can honestly find the image. I probably... Wait, actually... No, I don't think I can find it. I don't know if it's still on my computer. But, so, okay, here's what I did. I screenshotted this. I took the screenshot of this image to MS Paint, and then I drew green rectangles, like I used the rectangle making tool, to draw rectangles around the entire thing except for the blue part. So I had the blue part, and then I had a big green screen around it. Then I brought that over to the editing software. I green screened it, so all there was the blue. And then I inverted the color to make it brighter. I just color balanced it until it was like a greenish glowy color. Well, not a glowy color, but a small slice which weren't obtainable in the first place. And I was left with that. I don't know, it was for MS Paint, I'm very proud. The sad thing was, last minute, this is the most devastating thing ever. In the final draft, I extended the footage a little too long, and you can see some replay mod artifacts, which I hate so much. Those little particles. I'm so ashamed, because that wasn't even in the older drafts. That was only the very last one, and I missed it. It's so annoying. But yeah. Which makes them a lot harder to erase from a world. Most of them can grow or spawn from basically nothing. Even a player alone in the skyblock map. Alright, so this is the first area where there's a big difference that I can actually show between the first rendered draft and the final one. I want you to see how many differences you can spot. I'll just go maybe like 10 seconds deep at a time. Actually, let's do this one first. Because this is the one that people haven't seen. Player alone. Oh, also the music is completely different. Thank you for the $10, M. Creeper. I appreciate it. Thank you. In the skyblock map has far more resources than just wood and cobblestone if they know how to play. You know, stone gets you stone brick variants, logs allow you to make torches, a mob farm makes skeletons and zombies that provide you new crops, passive mobs start to spawn, the nether gives you gold for curing zombie villagers, and slowly the palette of farmable resources grows more and more colorful. Now, if you remember what the other video looks like, you can already tell what the differences are, but I'll play this one anyway, for anyone who doesn't remember. has far more resources than just wood and cobblestone if they know how to play. You know, stone gets you stone brick variants, logs allow you to make torches, a mob farm makes skeletons and zombies that provide you new crops, passive mobs start to spawn, the nether gives you gold for curing zombie villagers, and slowly the palette of farmable resources grows more and more colorful. Completely different set. The whole set is different, because I just find this one so ugly. I don't know why. But also the camera had to move around a bit, and I don't think I did a good job, and I don't even know what this decoration is meant to be, and why did I build the mob farm out of cobblestone rather than stone bricks? I don't know. This one's just weird. So I redid it. And I like this one. This one's a lot more compacted. This part doesn't make any sense at all. Like, I don't know why you would have 8 cauldrons for collecting lava. You'd have 1. They collect lava pretty quickly, but I just needed to fill the space. I mean, the background literally just has, like, pale oak trees for no reason. But, I don't know. I just like this one more. You're 41 on trending? Yeah, I know. I think I peaked at 30. Which, for this video. Which, you know, below average for me. I know. I shouldn't say that. But, yeah, okay. So now I'll continue. Because this isn't where it ends. We'll start with this one. But try as you may, there are still plenty of resources that Skyblock will never see. Now, YouTubers like Pinu have showed how even a world with one grass... Again, you're gonna notice some pretty obvious differences. But try as you may, there are still plenty of renewables that Skyblock will never see, though it gets pretty close. And I want to do something about that, because I see Skyblock challenge worlds the same way that I see escape rooms. It's all about using wits and your knowledge of the game to get the most use out of your very scarce resources. Surrounded by nothing but bedrock, surrounded by the void. What's the difference? Well, for one, the Skyblock map gives you way more than you actually need. It's like they're trying to do good game design or something, those nerds. So, before deciding what we'd want to add, let's see what we can remove. Many YouTubers like Jokey Pokey and Pinu have... Yeah. All of that was added in the last week. So, as a reminder, this video was what I was going to upload on January 31st, if I was happy with it. And this is why I delayed it. I didn't even know who Jokey Pokey was when I made this. I sent it to test watchers, and they were like, are you going to give credit to Jokey Pokey? I didn't know who they were. I'm really glad they pointed it out, because I almost didn't give credit to the person who came up with the, like, method. The original method. Of one player. Or of one block survival. I was this close to not adding him. Because I just didn't know. I didn't know. I should have done my research, really, but... How many of the different potions are obtainable? All of them. They are all obtainable and renewable in the world that I made. It's almost true with enchanted books. The one enchanted book that isn't renewable in Minecraft is Swift Sneak. You didn't ask, but it's a fun fact that I know from working on this video, so now you know. Yeah, I think that's it for now. We'll get to more segments that are significantly different later. Jokey and Pinu have shown how even a world with one grass block and nothing... wait, sorry, this question. Why are the diamond block and ores with light blue signs saying you win so common with you and Weefies? It's not common with both of us. It's a Weefies thing. This is a reference to Weefies' style. He's the one who does like this kind of winner platform, and I just thought I'd reference it. It's not a me thing. Give credit to Weefies for the beautiful architecture there. Its own vibrant palette of farms, assuming the block starts at the right height in the... Yeah, alright, there's not much interesting here, except for the Beppo shade. Okay, the reason that Beppo shows up in this is that some YouTubers get inspired to take on, and some like to pretend they came up with themselves. Is because while I was working on this, like, I think I was literally looking at Pinu's video for stock footage. Like this is Pinu's video here. I was, like, recording it on YouTube to get some B-roll for my video, right? And Beppo's video came out, it was, like, 13 hours ago. It came out like 13 hours before I was like recording this. And I was like, what? There's another one? And I watched it. Or at least I skimmed through it. It was very funny timing. You can hear the soul sand ambience. I forgot. Okay, wait. I paused the game. Like, what's wrong with Soul Sand ambience? I guess it's distracting. Will you make a playthrough? No. And what makes it possible is literally just foxes and wandering traders. It is incredible how far you can get in Minecraft. This one's kind of fun because it's on a timer. This embarrassingly took like 15 different takes because I have to press the button to activate the emerald thing, and then I zoom in, and I have to perfectly time when I move up to the fox, with the 1% chance a fox has to spawn with an emerald in its... Most of the time, I was way too late to the draw. So it was hard to, like, calibrate how many repeaters I needed. But yeah, this was scuffed. I could have come up with a better way to set that off. I could have had a second person set it off instead, but I was so insistent on doing everything in single player. $50! Oh my gosh! Magic Zoo, wow. Thank you a lot. Wow. I don't... all I could do is act like XQC reacting to like war crimes. Like, that's crazy. No, I appreciate it. Mouth, which can be slowly funneled into wandering traders to unlock infinite amounts of their whole supply. I got really interested in the idea, mostly out of a laziness thing, on seeing how many scenes I could do without cutting the camera. And I think that is the inspiration behind some of the upcoming shots that people were weirdly, I guess a fan of? I don't know how to put it. I shouldn't say weirdly. That sounds insulting. But like for instance, the one upcoming in a little bit. Let's see. Oh yeah, because I'm all like, oh wait, I didn't realize how far we are through the video. But the minecart one. So I might show the scene. I might show the set that I used for the minecart. Unlikely. Consider this. In terms of raw, fundamental resources, the only thing this world was really... Yeah, okay, so that scene, for context, if you remember. I think that's in this world. That's what I meant by the black void thing. Ah! Okay, that's what you... Okay, I fully get what you mean by that, Crafty. Okay. well, look. Hang on. I gotta re-increase my render. This is in the farm set. There's that. Anyway, I think it's up here. Yeah, okay. So, the way I did your quote-unquote black void, okay, is... Literally, I just set the time to night and then turned on the rain. I think that's all I did. Yeah, that's it. And then, okay, wait, I gotta re-lower my render distance. That's not render distance. Good job, Ken. Because otherwise I can see the ground. And, okay, so the way this works is, let's see. You spawn a couple no-gravity minecarts. And you get in them. Wait, how do I move them again? I don't remember how to get them to move. You just... Wait. How do I... Oh, right, I forgot to put a rail down. I think I need a rail. Okay, wait. Me trying to remember how to use my own, like... This used to be a thing I did with my friends where we'd basically get in minecarts, like... We'd get in a group of them, we'd all sit in them, and then we'd have a command block that clears all the air that's nearby the minecarts, and then we would just, like, drill through, like, mountains and stuff. Okay. I don't remember how to get this to start. I can't get it to start! Go! No, you're going the wrong way! No, that's the wrong way! No! Okay, well, whatever. I forgot how. But anyway, you'd get the minecarts going at a diagonal. Let's see, let me find it. Where is it? And then I'd give myself long enough to get an F5 and everything. This part is, the way I got this to work was I had already written the script. So there was no, like, tricks about timing it while saying the script. The script had already been said. Now what I had to do was record this. And all it was just... I have a diagonal, sort of thing like this, where every, I think, 8th block, I had like a marker that it was the next second. And because I had timed that like every 8 blocks you travel once, or every 8 blocks is 1 second. So I used that as basically a timestamp thing. I could have put a sign that says the exact second. I don't think I did because I was able to tell. And from that, I just used a little like sticky note of timestamps that I had written out on every like keyword I say, and just set up the little thing at the appropriate timestamp. Wait, I can just undo. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, it's really easy. It's just building just whatever like piles of like how else do I represent obsidian? The cylinder was kind of fun. I just built a cylinder and then I thought of interesting weird renewables and then I rotated it and then I rotated it again. And it actually, admittedly, the video is kind of off. And I'll tell you why the video's off, and I'll also show it in a second. It's off from the script, because the script was slightly rewritten. But let me show the key part where it's like really rewritten.
Dripstone, one of only 3 items needed to turn one lava source into infinite lava. The second item is the lava itself, and the third is cauldrons. Though extreme skyblock players already have cauldrons for collecting rainwater, you of course...
So, you already see the rain well before I say rainwater. I think this whole part got reworded. I don't remember why. I genuinely don't remember why. But everything else was the same script as when I made the track. This part, everything up to the iron, was changed. I don't think I can really actually, wait, it might be in the old draft. It might be in the old draft now that I think about it. Let's see. Because you'll also notice this is one of the scenes that's slightly different. So, okay, let's do it. Let's show the differences. Okay.
Including pointed dripstone, one of only 3 items needed to turn one lava source into infinite lava. The second item is the lava itself, and the third is cauldrons. Though extreme skyblock players already have cauldrons for collecting rainwater,
no, that one's late too. But at least with this one, I know that part of it's different because...
one of only
this scene is different.
3 items needed to turn one lava source into infinite lava. The second item is the lava itself, and the third...
Huh. Yeah, I'm really confused by that one. How did you make the minecart faster? I didn't make anything faster. I just timed the speed the minecarts were traveling. And I used that as my metric. And that's how fast they were going. I don't know. Why is the lava not lava-ing? Hey, that's the power of fast async world edit. You could also use barriers, but that's what I use. How many takes? This one, only like 2 takes. I'm really embarrassed because for some reason I had the subtitles on. I hate that. I noticed it right away, but I didn't want to do a 3rd take. It's not the worst thing, but like, this is not the kind of scene that should have random subtitles telling you that there are lava pops. It was just kind of weird. And of course, I had to make the entire track a desert so that it doesn't actually rain until the one moment that I need it to rain, at which point it's just whatever biome was already there. But yeah, there you go. There's the magic of going diagonally. Oh, this is what the track looked like. Yeah, so, okay, each of these are 8 things long, and they denote, I think they cycle 5 times. Like, it's 5 different blocks that mark 5 different seconds. So I could go like, this is always a multiple of 5 plus 1, that's always a multiple of 5 plus 2, or whatever. I'm sure the red was the plus 0. Does F1 remove subtitles? Why weren't you in F1? Well, because I do think I wanted to show the cross... Well, you can just turn off subtitles. I could have just done that. I just don't know why. I think I wanted the hotbar and stuff for some reason, just to make it feel more like you're in the game. Like it, because it's a first-person shot. It's not meant to look like shaders. Or I mean, not meant to look like replay. I don't know why I mixed up those 2 words. Sorry for stealing your style, I guess, Crafty. I don't know. Pythagorean theorem coming in clutch. Not even Pythagorean theorem. I just traveled diagonal with a minecart and saw how long it took. And then used that. No Pythagoras needed. What is this? That's not even a set. I'm trying to find the farms. I want to go back to the farm area because there's something I want to look at. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, so this world, the only reason this exists of my few recording worlds is because I needed somewhere I could do really big world edit commands. So this used to be on a server. I had to download it because I had to change what was on the server, but it's just I just kind of wanted to look around. Everything used to be carrots, so that's why the furthest ones are all still carrots, because my method was, of course, stack carrots, then take a given thing and replace it, on the way down with something different. That's why even the trees have these spots where the carrots used to be, and I was too lazy to remove them because it's not like you can see them. And every tree is an exact clone of the others. But then once it got far enough down, it's like you can't even see these crops, so... Is there a way to get the world on Bedrock? I don't think you want to get the world on Bedrock because it's not even accurate to Bedrock. You could design your own. That might be pretty fun. You can use the wiki for a lot of help. I did have to use the Minecraft wiki to like review things to make sure I understood correctly. I don't know how different it would be though. I know that lava would be there. That's or lava. Oh my gosh. Netherrack. So many more syllables than lava. Okay, one more syllable than lava. So, completely different word. I'm trying to think what else, because... I really don't know. I don't play Bedrock, so I don't know if their crops work the same way. Like, if you can bone meals. I assume you can. I don't know if you can get pink petals the same way. I don't know. I haven't researched it. But it shouldn't be hard to research. Netherrack, but the nether reactor isn't in the game? No, it's when a nether portal generates and it has nowhere to go. You know how in the overworld, you'll get sort of like a little... Like, this is what the floor of the portal will look like. And, the portal's here. For Bedrock, I think... I mean, Bedrock players, can you confirm? I don't remember where the netherrack is. But, like, netherrack appears with the portal. If it's floating. I actually don't know where it is. I don't remember. We can get back to the video. Yeah, it generates netherrack on Bedrock. 'Cause parity, for some reason. What do you mean netherrack is double the syllables of lava? Netherrack, lava. Netherrack, lava. I'm confused. I'm very confused. I said it was one more. I don't know why you're saying it's double. Third is cauldrons. Though extreme skyblock players lava bucket to this world means infinite lava, means generating cobblestone, means access to the nether, which means the entire piglin bartering loot table, and so on. For more proof of this, see how every piece of the Skyblock 2.1 map... More shots that you can tell were originally in the version of this that was made for the second channel, because it's literally just me putting text on screen with ASCII arrows. That was the final version ever made, can be rebuilt using resources we either preserved or not. Dude, this is so stupid. Okay, if you've ever seen someone try to get like stock footage of... I'll be the first to admit this. If you've ever seen someone get stock footage of the old Skyblock map, for some reason the portals on this, I don't know if it's a version change thing or if it's like that in the original map, are 90 degrees rotated. And because of that, like, what? First of all, why is it like that? But when I tried to replace them, like I destroyed the wrong axis portals and replaced them with correct ones, it updated the mushroom that was right next to it, which leads to the bigger question, why are mushrooms growing on glowstone? I mean, I know it's physically possible to place them with like cheats, but that's just weird. That's just a weird game, like a weird design choice to put them on glowstone. But anyway, that's why the one is dropped, because I didn't want to put it back. Is it's like that in the original map. Why? Was it an intentional mistake, or were they? I don't know. I don't know. That was such a weird thing.
Now have access to. All from one block, one item, and one biome. That's like 3 things. And if it's that easy to make 73% of the items in the game.
Okay, chat. Not enough people appreciated this scene for what it truly is. So you might notice off to the left of the frame, I've made some doors, but I also wanted to add doors to my little lost cauldron room. So there's a door there and there's a door here. There's also a door as an entrance to my mob farm.
Game obtainable.
Then I turned all the bees into doors.
Well, this
then I turned the lava into trapdoors. I turned my chests into doors. I turned the windows into doors.
makes you think.
I turned the sun into a door. I just went into my Discord server and I was like, hey, can someone make a texture pack that turns the sun into a door? And then someone did. Actually, multiple people did, but I just picked the best one. You just noticed the loss. Yeah. I was having fun. Jammin', thank you for $5. My favorite part of a Ken stream is giving them money. Jammin'. Look, we could talk about this later. No, but thank you. Tree door goes crazy. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. Actually, this is really embarrassing. Someone pointed out I forgot to put trapdoors on this part. I only did the lower area. So it's not complete, and it bugs my OCD a little bit that it's not complete. I also did the nether portal, which you might have seen. How did I miss all the doors? Everyone missed the doors. I put them here for comment bait. I put them here because I wanted people to comment to increase impressions, and no one noticed. No.
How many things do you need to be able to obtain all 83%? The most basic, emptiest, minimalist world possible that can still provide you every single renewable resource. The answer?
Weird thing about this shot, I didn't know where the camera was going to be, so I kind of just kept placing blocks until I thought it covered the frame. So I think these go like really high up. I don't know why I did it like that, but I just remember being very lucky. Like, I remember the feeling of being lucky when most of the blocks were in frame.
Is 35. First of all, don't worry, we're not going to go all ontological with the definition of thing. I'm going to consider a world with no item.
Dude! Okay, sorry to ruin my own video for you again, but when I downloaded the Vsauce font, this is so scuffed. Look how pixely it is at the borders. This is so ugly. I don't know why it's like this. I think I did something wrong. Oops. It's very weird. I don't think it's meant to look like this. I don't think the actual font is like this. I think that's a mistake on my part.
I'm going to consider a world with no items, blocks, biomes anywhere as a world.
You didn't get a claim for this song? No. No, I've never gotten a claim for Moonmen. The font name is Alsina, I think. Alsina.
World with 0 things. The only reason I didn't ask how many blocks and items do you need is because you need more than just items and blocks. You need biomes. Skyblock and most of its spin-offs don't ever have to worry about this question because they're not actually void worlds. They're made by clearing out the existing.
Oh gosh, this clip. Okay. This is the only clip where I will proudly say it was high effort. Most of the other ones, I'm like, I just found clever ways to be like lazy. Like, I mean, the one in the nether, like the background I just used my shaders and lowered my render distance. That was lazy. The minecart thing was actually pretty simple in its execution. This one was pointlessly complicated because I was trying to figure out how to demonstrate the I'm going back into the Minecraft. I was trying to figure out how to demonstrate the concept of, oh shoot, which one is it? Of biomes being invisible. Because how do you make biomes invisible as footage? And I could have done it a number of easy ways, but the way I chose was to, okay. Let me give you a thought process of what my afternoon was making that shot for no reason. Here's the thing. But the way this started was I had a like huge thing of dirt. Um like this. And then what's the tick speed? Whatever, it's 0 now. I put little like landmines of grass to shape out the biome I wanted. And then I would tick game rule random tick speed 1000, wait a bit, set it back to 0. And I thought, wow, I'm so clever for this, right? This is a good way to get blobs. This is a terrible way to get blobs. Look at this. Look at how flaky it is. Wait, so let me continue it for a bit longer. First of all, what's the word? It gradually becomes more like round and less the shape you started with just because of how math works. But second, you end up with so many of these that I had to like manually run by. And I just did this every time. And once I was finished, of course, just, you know, / replace grass block with start with red stained glass. And then you would go so on and so on. Also had to deal with these. But so that was how I got the different terrain. Eventually I was smart enough to also use mycelium. So I could do a mycelium one and a grass one at the same time. Sort of double the rate I was working. And then, once I had those, I had the glass, right? But I thought, the glass isn't good enough. So I put on I started individually setting a biome with world edit / set biome for every color that I had. And that's when I ended up with this, this image. But I still felt like that didn't encapsulate it. Which it probably does. That you can tell those are different biomes. But I was like, no, it still doesn't look right. So I spent another hour and a half of my time decorating the entire thing with the /place command. Like, do /place feature, I think, like, patch grass. And just, you know, zooming around doing this with, like, flowers and so on. And ended up with this. And this doesn't even look that good because, for one, the whole thing's flat. For two, I don't know what this moss patch is. I started just adding moss. No clue why. This isn't even in this biome. This is meant to be like a taiga. And then for the snow, I just fully gave up because I couldn't even figure out how to make the snow textured. Oh, hey, look. Hey, look, goats. So these parts are fully flat, which is a bit scuffed. But, oh, also, the biomes don't even go high enough. So at the tops of the trees, they're not even savanna colored because I'm in the void biome, you can see right here, as opposed to the savanna, which only goes like 10 blocks off the ground. I can't believe you got Solar Nexus into the recording. Yep. I needed an alt account, and again, I was too afraid to ask anyone for help. The lush stuff is used to show where the lush caves are below it, but it's not even, because look, okay, look at sort of the texture of it. And now if we switch back to the video, it's like it's all the same biome. There's no lush biome. I don't know. It's not the worst thing. It was just kind of a weird decision. The whole thing's a little weird, like the order of the biomes, but I think it's fine. Like it looks okay. I'm not saying it's ugly. I'm just saying this did not need to take my whole afternoon.
Existing terrain, so every biome is still there, they're just invisible. But I still want to see how few we really need, they're just a lesser priority. So if we want, say, frog lights, and I have to pick between setting a swamp biome in our world for frogs to spawn in, or giving the player frog spawn the item, if it's one...
By the way, I do everything in voiceover, so anytime you see something like this is not me in a world looking at things and talking. This is me looking at things in silence, remembering my script in my head, and just happening to get it right. I was so proud of this clip because it like perfectly syncs up with the script. That was mostly coincidental, except I slightly failed because I was a little too slow to the final head pan. So there's one cut, but there's only one cut. One cut is not bad. It shows up in like 1 second from now.
Thing total either way. I'm going to pick the
There,
biome.
yeah, there's the cut. But otherwise, yeah, like not bad. I love guessing and getting it right. I mean, you just have to say the script in your head. Which I still messed up, but yeah, I don't know. I find it kind of fun. I can never do voiceover at the same time as recording because I record on a laptop with a fan, a cooling fan that I can't turn off. So I literally can never do anything just live. It's always voiceover. Boom. Me when I don't
Because
click.
it feels less thingy. Priority 1 is minimizing blocks and items. Priority 2 is biomes and structures. Yeah, there's a fourth category now, because if you want, say, prismarine shards and crystals, there's no amount of blocks or items or biomes that are gonna give you them. You need...
This is an example of a point where I didn't get the timing right because I'm not meant to look at the ocean monument that soon. I'm meant to look at the ocean monument the moment I say the word ocean monument. But you can tell I say it way before.
Items or biomes that are gonna give you them, you need an ocean monument.
I'm like off by an entire 2 seconds.
Lucky for us, we don't need the ocean or the monument. If you've ever made a prismarine farm, you know that guardians still spawn after the monument is cleared out. That's because if you put on your x-ray glasses, you will see that what remains is the bounding box. It's what defines ocean monument.
If you want the mod that shows this, by the way, thank you for the $2, and also Jabbage for the other $5. The mod that does this, I think, is called like, I forgot. Wait, I could figure it out. No, I actually can't figure it out. Bounding. It's like, do I have to look it up? Shoot. Okay, wait, give me a second. Bounding box outline reloaded. Which I don't think they have it for latest version yet. So anytime I show a bounding box shot, I had to go back to an older version of the game, 1.21 flat. Kind of scuffed. Oh, that was the other reason I had to do it in a video or on a server. These are the shots that like No, this one was even stupider because you can't even see bounding boxes for structures on servers because the server doesn't give you that information. So, I wanted to give a bounding box of the ocean monument in this clip, but this clip, as you can see, I delete an entire ocean. My computer's not powerful enough for that. That was done on a server, but then I had to show a bounding box in a single player world, so it's a different one. I realized I could have just downloaded the world. Whatever. Use mini HUD. That I've never used, but fair enough.
I don't know how. If I told you how I got this one here, you would be very disappointed.
As it says with the text, yeah, it was literally just using MCA selector to delete the chunk after. I was scared MCA selector wouldn't work because I don't know, I thought for some reason it might delete the POI somehow, but it shouldn't because those are saved in a different file than regions are. So I was kind of lucky that that trick worked. Does anyone actually know another way to like just place structures? The /place command does not do it. It does not place the bounding box. It just places the structure. I legitimately could not find a way online. I don't know. I'm sitting here in silence as if I'm expecting an answer within the next 20 seconds, but I don't know. It was scuffed. Oh, we're about to get to another debunk very soon because there's another kind of stupid comment I got, which pertains to a scene mere seconds from now.
Now, there's one other structure we need, and you might be able to guess it. It is, of course, the Nether Fortress, our only source of blaze rods, wither skulls, and Minecraft's only source of renewable coal. But that's really it. 2 structures.
Do you want to guess what the stupid comment on this scene was? It actually didn't happen here, but it refers to this scene. It's not guessable, but basically some people were like, Oh, why would you need a bucket of lava? Why would you need nether wart? Why would you need to give nether wart? Isn't that found in the fortress? Couldn't you just get nether wart from the fortress you already have? Couldn't you couldn't you just grab lava but couldn't you just grab lava from the fortress? You already have a fortress. I don't understand. I try so hard to educate my audience. I don't understand how they're so okay, there's some words I can't say on YouTube. But no, you can in fact not grab nether wart from this fortress. Unless you can point out where the nether wart is. If you'd like to take a picture and point to me where the nether wart is, I'd be happy to be educated. Couldn't you just get Elder Guardian and spot expansion? Look, we gotta stop that joke. Yeah, the actual structure isn't there. Yes, that's the point. The only reason you can even see it is because I have the bounding box mod. Otherwise, it literally just looks like the void. And yes, this is in the nether because I set the biome to the void, which is weird for the nether, but you know, I wanted everything to be zero biomes, even though it does have the awkward effect of making the nether this bright gray color, which you would think the nether shouldn't be. And everything else we need can be farmed from the remaining 3 categories. So now, let's see how much we can get away with by just... What to say about this? Oh wait, I you know what, not much, but I kind of just want to show it because it happens to be in this world, I think, if I can find it. Oh, yeah, okay, so here's this area. Here's the door place. This is where I, like, was first setting up a draft of how I would represent the biomes. Over here, I think I have the, this room. So you can kind of see how it was very focused on where the camera was centered. Let me see if I can find... It's gotta be... Oh yeah, this is where I did that. Okay. Hang on, I'll find it. Put trapdoors back on the tree. Okay, we're doing it. We have a chance for redemption. Also, I just realized it's in the background, so we'll go there in a second. We have to do this. This is a very important side quest. Wait, do we do these as well? I think we do. I think we do have to. Did these have one? Yeah. Okay. It's good. That's good. Nice. Now, if I want it to be extra, maybe I could... Maybe we gotta... set those. Oh, those are going to oxidize. You forgot one? Which tree? You're gonna have to tell me which tree. Mother, what? What? It's like the blur effect as I zoom past it. Like the really fast flyby. I'm That's insane. I'm not gonna lie, I even knew it was there, because that was the first one I saw that was like that. Literally looked everywhere else. I know! This, actually, you'll see the way this is currently is from an unused shot where I was going to demonstrate how if you prioritized for minimized biomes, it would still be like the same count. So that's why it looks weird. But anyway, we have a little command block here. That's what keeps the coral block alive. We got the items that were prepared for when I did the shot, where like I add the extra like 14 new items, and then a little beacon as a reference point, so that I could mark the coordinates that I would set my replay mod to. Because I had to, there was a lot of different individual sessions of recording this, but I had to come from the same like angle each time. I even memorized the time it's meant to be. I think it's 13,900. That's not 13,900. There it is. Yeah, with the moon in just the right spot. The one blunder I did here was I decided to use my shaders here. Mistake. Should not have done that. The reason why is because the shaders, even though I thought, wow, they're so cool, thank you for the other $5, Jammin', is they add the Aurora Borealis. The problem with the Aurora Borealis is it moves, and if I ever do shots where it cuts or it time lapses really quickly, you can kind of see the Aurora Borealis teleport, which looks really weird. I think I got rid of every instance where that happens, but there might still be some. Jammin', stop laundering money. No, don't stop. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just yapping about nonsense. Alright, I'll be a good React streamer and not pause the video so that you guys can keep your little engagement going, your little ADHD. Even though you could watch this video on your own, we'll pretend like you're here to watch the video you've already watched. Let's continue. Us placing biomes. Alright, imagine someone broke into your Minecraft world and deleted every biome. Would there be any items that suddenly... Nah, I'm actually gonna pause, sorry. I'm gonna yap again. Put Subway Surfers, girl, please. I tried so hard to find a spot where there were 3 like very distinct biomes overlapping. Got really lucky with this, cause there's the swamp, the mountains, which are like dull, and the savanna, very distinct, pretty good. Problem was the savanna was like, well, let's just say the savanna looked kind of like, let's just say it looked like that. Because the shot, the one that I'm referring to, it happens like over here on the other side of this savanna, like where my mouse is. So I had to do actually a decent amount of terraforming to make it flat. Thank you for the $5, Jammin' Head. Anyway, and deleted every biome. Would there be any items that suddenly become unfarmable? Yes, here's all of them. In other words... Okay, we're gonna yap again. This list used to have all the piglin stuff on it, and I feel so stupid because why did I think you needed biomes for the piglin items? If you already have a piglin, then you don't need... I don't know. But that is the reason why I do this whole, like, stupid bit where I bring up the piglin items and then I remove the piglin items right after. It's because I went through all the effort of figuring out every item in the game whose renewability depends on the existence of piglins, and I wanted to use it somewhere, so I organized the script so that I yap about something that doesn't matter at all, only for me to immediately erase it. And that's why that happens. You can set a hotkey with Iris. I know. I have hotkeys for it, but I don't use them. Insane cope. You think that's where the cope ends, Crafty? Just you wait. Words, they're gonna need biomes first. Though I should confess, it's impossible for a world that doesn't whole story, because you could theoretically have pre-placed mobs that you can breed and interact with, but I'm not just gonna add free mobs to a minimalist world, let alone the entirety of Noah's Ark. So the Noah's Ark was kind of fun because I obviously created an ocean world, but then to get the ship, I kept spawning shipwrecks until I had a completed one, but it was rotated 90 degrees. And I didn't want to keep going because I was lazy. So I spent quite a while rotating it back, which doesn't work with stairs, by the way. To be clear, you rotate something with world edit, the stairs are going to stay, like, broken. So I had to individually replace, like, every stair in the ship, which is, like, every block in the ship. So stupid. But yeah, so that's the story of that. Entirety of Noah's Ark. So for our purposes, we need biomes for those guys' resources as well. That is obviously the Among Us sound effect of, like, so-and-so was ejected, but pitch dropped, because I'm lazy, I don't know. But it gets worse. This world won't have pre-placed piglins either, you'll have to get those to spawn naturally, but you're gonna realize a strange secret about Minecraft if you visit the nether of this world. Piglins do not spawn in the nether. Like almost every mob in the game, they spawn in biomes. Okay. So let's rant some more. This scene, this one was easy enough. I liked this a lot. The scene where it goes from overworld to nether, I was fully aware that if you're too close to the ender dragon, you get end fog. And I accounted for that. But I also wanted the end pillars to be in the background of the shot. Here. You'll notice there's no end pillars in the background of the shot because of the aforementioned fog. For some reason, I think I just stopped thinking because I just recorded it and it didn't work exactly as expected. You can't see the hill in the background because I'm like this is where the pillars are. They're on this half. I just messed up. Stairs rotate fine with world edit. They don't rotate on the wrong axis. This isn't a axis rotating around the Y axis, like rotating around the Y axis. It's rotating around X or Z. And it assumes that stairs can't even rotate properly because, well, they can't rotate on the X and Z for one, so it just doesn't bother. It doesn't, like, high calculate, like, what's the nearest possible staircase rotation that is the equivalent. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, tipped over shipwreck. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to rotate it. I guess I didn't explain that very well, yeah. So that was the problem with the stairs. Yeah. Anyway, more complaining about me making mistakes during recording. At least I put in the effort to make sure that the pumpkins, because I had the pumpkins turn into chorus flowers, I at least gave them endstone to sit on. I will give you $2, upload more. I appreciate it, but that's not gonna work. I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that. Why did you stop Bedrock Caves? Because I was working on this! I was actually partly working on this because of Bedrock Caves, because of the renewables there. You know, the reason I used Deep Slate as an example, the reason that was my second one I wanted to use, was because we have a whole thing in the Bedrock Caves world where it's like especially limited, because all the Deep Slate is Bedrock. So the only Deep Slate we have is like cobbled Deep Slate, which comes from ancient cities, and here in Bedrock Cave Civilization, it is considered a valuable commodity, about as valuable as diamonds. Not really. Only some people care. Only the people who like novelty care. It's like baseball cards, stuff like calcite. Will there be any more Bedrock Cave streams? I would like to think so, but I waste a lot of time streaming. Well, actually, I don't, but that's only because I stopped. So, I don't know. It's kind of like pick between uploads or streams. So, I mean, if you want the streams, I don't know. Given dimension, but could be placed anywhere. For example, you could place a Crimson Forest in the end or the overworld, and Hoglins and Piglins would spawn just. Oh, we're at the next scene where there's a different take of it. 9% of items in Minecraft. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Don't do it again, don't do it again! Okay, I muted it. I wanted to briefly show this, because this is another place where it's different from the January 31st draft. I'm very sure it is. I'll show this clip of it first, and then I'll show the second one. Dimension, but could be placed anywhere. For example, you could place a Crimson Forest in the end or the overworld, and Hoglins and Piglins would spawn just fine. They just immediately zombify because it's the overworld, which is kind of funny to watch. Point is, if Pig... And that changed to... Oh wait, also, there's another thing to mention here. There's actually another part to show. Look at this, genuinely, look at this. Naturally, but you're gonna realize a strange secret about Minecraft if you visit the nether of this world. Piglins do not spawn in the nether. Like almost every mob in the game, they spawn in biomes that just happen to be in a given dimension, but could... It's such a stupidly lazy clip. This is what this is... at least it shows more accurately what's going on, because I actually set this biome to plains and mobs started spawning, which is, it's showing the mechanic, but it's just it's just a square of grass. And that of course got upgraded to this. Anyway, okay, back to where I was. Sorry for getting distracted. So I just showed that clip, and now this is the newer version. Just fine. They just immediately zombify because it's the overworld, which is kind of funny to watch. Point. The only difference is in this clip I die because I deliberately set myself to 1 heart. I re-recorded this whole thing just for that. And when I say re-recorded this whole thing, okay, the way this shot worked, I wanted the mobs to spawn naturally. But every time I got them to spawn, they would you'd get like zombie piglins spawning, which is fine, but the whole point of my video is that they're zombifying, not that I would get. Okay, I don't know how to explain this. It's just you'd have groups of hoglins spawn and you'd have groups of piglins spawn, and 90% of the time they wouldn't be next to each other. But part of the joke is that they zombify and they start attacking each other. So I had to keep retaking this, and then to get the zoglin to hit me with perfect timing, this part was a bit more clever. I waited until. Oh, also, I had to time when I zoomed in with their zombification timer, which I just did by vibes. I could have had an actual timer. I just did it in my head. I was like counting. Like, okay, if I zoom in right now, it'll match with where the script is, which ended up working. But then to get the zoglin to hit me, I did that with. Sorry, I'm using arrow keys. I might actually be able to show you the contraption, the device. One second. Let me find the device. This is why each upload takes months. No, this is not why each upload takes months. Most of the reason is because I'm not working on videos. Oh, hey, look. We're right here. How convenient. Okay, so under this is this little device, which detects if I ever get within a certain zone. Oh, shoot. It detects with it. Bro, what? I didn't even walk into the zone. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know where the zone is, actually. Bro. Hold up. But I would be as close as possible to where the line is. I'm guessing it's like here. And so when I'm spyglassing, all I had to do was tap S. Wherever it was. I would tap S. And it would appear. So that's how I synced that. And then just a second after I tap S, I turn around and I die. Which I thought was pretty neat. It's a very good way to like remotely activate something when you don't have friends. Which I do, but I just don't utilize them. So just some pro tips on automating, I guess. I don't know. I say pro tips. How many takes did that take? A lot. It was a weirdly high amount. Mostly because the spawn rates were dumb. Like, the mobs would all appear, and I wouldn't like how they appeared. The Zoglin part at the end, that part was easy, because it was synced. Because I could do it with precision. But the mobs, like, zombifying and attacking each other, that was just me, like, crossing my fingers on, like, mob RNG. Funny to watch. Point is, if piglins depend on a biome in this world, so too will every renewable resource that depends on piglin bartering. This list is only getting worse. So, to be as efficient as possible, I'm not gonna lie, the Watto clip was also not in the original. As well as the axolotl that follows up. I think the original shot here, let's see what it is. Let's see, what is it? Every renewable resource that depends on piglin bartering. This list is only getting worse. So, to be as efficient as possible, it's going to be important to look for the weak links, the oddballs. Now, I thought I was too lazy that I was just, like, zooming in on mobs. So, I thought it would be really funny if I got a clip with Watto. So I gave him the download, and he just recorded a shot The whole process took like 10 minutes. I just sent him it and he sent the footage back, and then I just put it in. And then I added this like yeah, whatever B-roll just because I thought it was nicer. I don't know how many people noticed the Watto.
Pillows, bucket of axolotls from axolotls, gas tears from guests. That last one is special because of all the
Okay, here's another one that changed.
gas tears from guests. That last one is special because of all the biomes that guests can spawn in, one of them can also spawn piglins, the nether wastes.
Which of course changed to
Biomes that guests can spawn in, one of them can also spawn piglins, the nether wastes.
that one I thought was a good upgrade. I kept the text though, because the text is still funny, but I think one thing I want to show about it is you already saw it in this world, but it was weirdly fun to make that little set. Like you should enjoy the process of sitting alone in your room, spending hours making sets for a video. So, oh my gosh, they're loud. I basically, you know, hit F3C, save my coordinates, and then I flew around the nether trying to get segments of biomes that looked like they could fit in a set, like where it's super flat and then it immediately goes up to a wall. And I found the closest match and I'd bring it. Originally, it didn't look right because they were the same length. So if you look closely, the center one is the shortest one. It's like 9 blocks wide. Then this one is like, well, that one's also 9. But I think this one is 10. This one is obviously longer. And the crimson one is also obviously longer. Then I spent way too long trying to figure out how to make a 3x3 pixel art of a piglin. Or not pixel art, really, but this I would actually love to see from someone who's actually a good builder, unlike me, how you would make a 3x3 of a piglin. Because this was the closest I could come up with. And it still looks off to me. But I went through a lot of iterations. I think I tried, like, because I was trying to work on the snout. One of my ideas was this. What do you think of that? Like, if that was the snout. Because the problem is if you're at an angle, then it looks like it's just pointing out at a weird angle. Well, I didn't use a piglin head? Because the piglin head's 1x1, and I wanted to use 3x3. Piglin spawn egg only 1x2. Good point. Nah, but I was confused by the faces. They are sort of hideous. I honestly don't even blame you for saying that. They were pretty difficult. Use 9x9 piglin head. Wait, I could have actually just used a piglin head and used the scale up command, or like block entity, or the block, whatever the thing is. I haven't used that before, but that could have worked actually. Then again, though, even if I did that, I would just have a really good piglin head, and I would not have a good ghast head. So then it would still look jarring, I think. You can scale entities. Oh, well, oh, duh. Of course you can scale entities. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, ghasts are already, like, the same size. I guess it could have worked. I could see it. No, I wouldn't even need a ghast head skin. No, that would work. I could stick a ghast into this. Yeah, and then just a scaled up piglin head. That's a smart idea. MHF heads I don't like because they don't have as much resolution. They're gonna be 8x8, where this is like, well, clearly more. Oh, it's 16. They're just big pixels. Yeah. Well, anyway. We tried. I tried to be all artistic. And this is what I get. What texture pack to use? I don't have one. Well, I guess the Bedrock texture pack. But I think that's somewhere in my Discord server or something. I don't have an easy way to link it. I'm sorry. I'll send it in like main chat after the stream. I don't know. The pixel art heads look more stylish and fun. I appreciate it. Thank you a lot. That was so kind. Thank you. I don't use vanilla tweaks, no. The nether wastes. If we tossed one of those into our world next to our nether fortress, we would take care of our need for ghast resources and also I will literally give $20 to the first person who can name what game these sound effects are from. I'm lying, I don't have a way to give you the money, but I will metaphorically give you $20.
automatically deal with the entire piglin. That's your second listen. Bartering list. Anyway, you know, I'll just continue for now. Maybe I didn't have to waste my time editing that. Doesn't matter. Not Celeste. Just realized another important thing. Our world needs wandering traders for a ton of valuable stuff, but they depend. Not Among Us. Depend on buy. Replay it. Oh, you'll see it in a second. Fine, I'll replay it. For our nether fortress, we would take care of our need for gassed resources and also automatically deal with the entire No one's named it. I'm still looking in chat. No one has named it yet. Is it a stock sound effect? What does it mean to be a stock sound effect? It's from a game. Whoa, look at this. You can see how when I was originally deleting, I accidentally removed the piglin head. So I had to world edit. I had to I had to chroma key it back into place until the moment when, while recording, I realized I made a mistake and re-added it. And then it slowly fades back into the actual footage. So scuffed. Still haven't named it. I'll give you a hint. The game is older than most of you. So, okay, to finally follow up on what I said like 20 minutes ago, when I said that the cope was worse than you thought, this whole scene where I add the Wandering Trader renewables was also only added to justify adding the piglin renewables. So I felt like, wow, I spent all this time making a list of piglin renewables, and here, let me pause the game so you don't hear ghasts. But now I don't need to use them, but I still want to add them to the video. So to make them feel less out of place, I will also get a list of all the renewable items for Wandering Traders. So at least I've done it twice. Knowing fully well what the bit was going to be by this point. Okay, you guys have said so many names. You are desperate for this non-existent $20. Okay, let me see. No. Pong. Oh my gosh, Pong. Yeah, clearly not a game any of you have played. No, I don't play. It's okay. I'll stop. I'm gonna stop checking. I'm gonna stop checking chat because, guys, you don't have to say games from the 70s. I'm not expecting that my audience is 40 years old. You guys are 11. I'm saying it's older than you. It's younger than me. I don't think it's a game you played. Because I think you would have named it. Hint? I gave you a hint. You are not... Guys, you don't need the imaginary $20 this badly. I'm not 11. Okay. No, I know. Say it. If you know it, you know it. Sorry. Canadians fans of renewable items. Thank you. Also, what? Also, thank you for the other $2. Kibberty. Castlevania. Nope. Okay, guys, I got a stream to do. I'm sorry, I can't read a list of every game ever made. I'm sorry. Traders. Well, let's continue looking for the weak links, such as Armadillo Scoop. Now, this one's an easy. Okay, so this is another scene that was re-recorded. I want to get you guys' opinions on this one, because this is one of the ones I thought didn't go as well as it could have. So, okay, this is the old footage, okay? Well, let's continue looking for the weak links, such as Armadillo Scoop. Now, this one's an easy one because armadillos can only spawn in variants of Badlands, which do not provide us anything helpful, and variants of Savannas, which spawn every other passive mob we needed, so that's clearly the optimal pick. Let's add one of those. What's going on? Oh, and this is the new version. Easy one because armadillos can only spawn in variants of Badlands, which do not provide us anything helpful, and variants of Savannas, which spawn every other passive mob we needed, so that's clearly the optimal pick. Let's add one of those. Hold on, why do I hear that sound? It kind of seemed cooler in my head. It was definitely a bit tricky because I have to dodge things in F5, but I don't know, what do you think? Okay, while you're responding to that, I'm going to continue
I'm gonna continue reading all your wrong guesses. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, so sad. So sad. I will say, okay, if you haven't named it already, it's a game you haven't played. It's just a very obscure game. So even if I said it, bro, you can't. You gotta spam chat when I'm not reading chat. That's not. That's not how you do it. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if I tell you the game, you're just gonna be like, I've never heard of that. You still haven't said it. It's like a very obscure game. It's not. You've said Zelda like 6 times. um, I said Halo 3. No, I've read every response. It's like a random Steam game from 2005. Just tell us. Zelda 2. He's figured it out. Should I find it? Okay, fine. Let me get footage of it. Let me see. Okay. This is a game from my childhood. And I replayed it yesterday because of okay, let's see. Okay, wait, let me mute the tab first as I open it. I have it in a second tab. Okay. Okay. I guess I'm dragging this in. Is this really the quality it's at? Oh, it's at 240p. Oh, you can tell this is a game from 2005. Oh, gosh. Okay. Wait, okay, this is my last chance. I'm going to look one more time to see if anyone's named it, so they can get the imaginary $20. But I'm warning you, as soon as I show it, the imaginary $20 is off the table. No one has said it. You guys need to stop naming some of the most popular games. I said it's old. And not very popular. All right. Drum roll, please. You guys get to all do your own drum rolls. I'm not gonna. Zuma Deluxe! Of course! You know this game? Oh, you do know it! Yeah, hold up. This is actually an insane scene. And this sound, the 100-point thing, that's the sound effect I use. So satisfying. Such a nostalgic game. I love it. You all said that? You said it? You said it? Oh, you said it? I'm pretty sure you did not say it. In fairness, I'm quite sure I read every message, but you did also speak pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure I did not see Zuma. Who said it? I'm gonna feel so stupid if someone did say it. I'm gonna have to give you a real $20 if anyone said it. Maybe. Man, it's such a nostalgic game. It's so fun. You said Zuma Deluxe, the gaming engine? Chat, bring up his logs. Mods, bring up the gaming engine's message logs, which don't exist, because this is the YouTube chat system. Okay. If I don't see it, you're getting banned. I know this, but I won't say, haha. Really? 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 Oh, that's what you said. I know this, but I won't say. And then when I brought it up, you respond with 7 question marks. What? What? Well, I can't find you saying Zuma Deluxe. So I'm sorry. You've you've been voted out. No, I'm not gonna ban you. I'm not gonna ban you. I'm not that kind of streamer. If I were more of a Ludwig, maybe. But I'm not much of a Ludwig. Give them negative $20. Alright, pay up. Yeah. Alright, no, but if you've actually played the game and didn't name it, I fully don't blame you because if you've ever played it, it was probably like in your childhood. Like I fully forgot it existed. I think I just saw these items getting removed in my footage and it just randomly sparked the memory of Zuma. So I went and like downloaded all the like the sound effects from it. That was just like a random pull from my childhood. It's not even that great of a sound effect for this instance. Like there could be better sounds for this use, but it was definitely cool just for the reference at least. You saw someone say Zuma. Okay, I am willing to believe. I am willing. I am open-minded and I'm skeptical. I'm willing to believe there's a reality where I misread it. Like I never saw it and someone said it. But you're gonna have to send me like a timestamp after the VOD is over. Because I don't want to scroll, I don't have time. If you don't send me a timestamp, then you got me. You successfully lied, you successfully trolled the streamer. Congratulations. Anyway, let's continue the video. Oh. Okay, when I said wandering traders depend on biomes, they can actually spawn in every biome except the void, and they're actually not. This is the one time in my videos you will ever see a screenshot of the code, only because there's a small enough amount of code that I think it's okay, and you're not gonna have the thing where people like panic and click off because they see code. Otherwise, I really try to avoid doing B-roll of code. Also, I usually don't have a reason, but I did here. This is really funny. They just deliberately coded it so wandering traders don't spawn in the void. Void, and they're actually not like other mobs. They do only spawn in the overworld, so with the savannah added, they're automatically accounted for too.
Maybe this is why I never upload.
This is insane. Watto sent me this while I was editing, like between January 31st and the final one. So it's not even in this. I think it's just silence here. He just sends me this as I'm like repatching it. Insane poll from Twitter. If the person who made this is in chat, I would love to talk. I would love so much to just ask a lot of questions. If not, that's okay. But I have been to this room before. You have... I can't pronounce your name. You guys gotta stop like making stuff up in chat. You gotta... If you're gonna say something as insane as that, you have to substantiate it. That is... What's even going on in that image? All of this text is probably hard to see, like with compression. It says summon Canadian. Summon Canadian, summon Canadian, summon Canadian. And then in really fancy. I have nothing but respect. And maybe not even respect. I'm no hater. That's what I'm saying. But it is the craziest image I've ever seen on Twitter. Sad they're not here. That's okay. I just figured if they were a real fan, you know, they'd be in the Q&A stream. What about the stuff on the wall? Oh, I don't care. I'm not even gonna look. I only care about the thing on the middle. That's all I care about. Do I have Twitter? I don't. I get all my Twitter from Watto. Every Twitter post I've ever seen has been Watto sending me random, like, memes. That's most of it, at least. That's your ex? What? You're kidding. I don't even know how to ask to prove that because I just don't believe you. But there's nothing. If you can tell me one, if you could tell me one story about this room or anything, just so it sounds less like you're making this up, because that's just too hard to believe. And I also have to ask, as if I'm someone doing like stand-up comedy, like improv comedy, I have to ask, is it because of the room that they're your I know it's not. But I can't do improv comedy. If I were, I would be brave enough to ask people stupid questions like that. But realistically, like when a comedian asks that, like no, that not really. But I have to ask. Call them. Yes, get them onto the stream. If you can get them onto the stream, that will be proof. That'll be proof. That's all the proof I would need to trust you. But you have no obligation. Server hosting for multiplayer, I use Pebble Host. Used to use Eternos, was a very proud Eternos user. The moment this guy started writing Canadian upload on every wall, this guy's like, nah. It's not me, it's you. We're parting ways. Or it was the opposite. Maybe it was like, this is how I win them back. I know they're a Canadian fan. If I cover my wall in Canadian upload, they'll like me again. It's funny because it's not true. Okay, wait. Okay, so this is a final verdict. Are we doing this or not? Because I need to know if I'm gonna move on. They may be asleep. Right. Okay. Fair enough. That's reasonable. I'll see him in the comments. I got you. It's okay. I'll Schrodinger's trust you, which my trust is contingent on if they show up like in the comments later. But like, yeah, that's actually so funny if that's true. Okay. Anyway, next up is goat horns. Goats have 3 biome options, which are basically identical, but the snowy slopes can also spawn rabbits, which we still... Actually, I feel like this might be one of the scenes that's different. Isn't it? No, it's not. I just added the text. This didn't have the fun text that pops up, but this one does. That's the only difference. This low-quality shot has been brought to you by the Getting Canadian to Upload campaign. That only happened because when I was writing a list of all the things I wanted to improve in the next draft, I forgot to re-record this scene. So you get a scene of just goats with no AI just sitting there. They're no AI goats because the ones with AIs like just run away. They run off the set like way too quickly. I hate it. Mobs are so annoying. Need apparently, so rabbits will get to share the snowy slopes with snow and goats. Finally, let's take care of the obvious, all this coral, which as any TNT duping enjoyer knows can... I need to bring up a story here. Look, it's 11:59. Okay, or not 11:59, it's 11 p.m. Envision this. It is January 31st. You have to upload on January. It is 11 o'clock. You have 1 hour left, at least for your time zone. You're me in this You're me in this hypothetical. And you do not have stock footage of this voice, or stock footage. You do not have footage for this line, where I talk about, like, TNT dupers would know, blah, blah, blah. You have 1 hour to come up with footage, remember how to build a TNT duper from memory, which I'm not a redstoner, okay? I just pretend to be one. And then record a shot in time to put in the video and upload it. This is the shot I recorded. Any TNT duping enjoyer knows can only be grown underwater in a warm ocean. And it feels weird to add a whole biome just for basically one thing, but it's not just for coral. This is our only way to get naturally spawned drowns with tridents. Most perfectly timed trident of my life. That was one take. That wasn't even intentional, but that was just lucky. The fact that I got hit with the trident right as I say the word trident, I was so proud of that. And that was just luck. That was literally just luck. But yeah, that scene was recorded in a rush with 1 hour left before I thought I was gonna upload. Um, I'm 15 minutes late to the guessing game, but Zuma was a childhood game. Yes, yes. I literally only replayed it because like I used the sound effects from it, and it was okay. You know how people play a game from their childhood, and they're like, okay, this is less fun because like you've grown up and you live in a you like it's only nostalgic because you remember the good time, like the most positive memories, and you're like, this isn't as fun as it was as a kid. It was equally as fun as it was as a kid, and that might not be the case for everyone, but okay, it's a short game, but for the short amount of time I played it, it was just as fun as I remember, which is an impressive thing, I think. Tridents. I just didn't put tridents on. Give this guy $20. What? Who? Did someone? Okay. Um. Uh... Why is the Portal 2 slash Hollow Knight soundtrack so popular to use in Minecraft escape room debunk videos? Is that a thing? If it is, that would be my fault. Because that's the only music I have downloaded. Anyway. On the list, the reason why, you will find out soon. But look at that, the entire list is done. Except for Bucket of Axolotls, which only spawn in lush caves? Yeah, this is how it's gonna be now. If you were going for fewest biomes possible, it only takes 3. You'll need a biome for ghasts, any biome where you can collect snow and ice, and then a warm ocean. That might be a lie. Let me explain. Okay, so I say that you only need 3 biomes, excluding the void. I want to show you guys a magic trick, and I only know this because of Watto. I haven't tested this myself, but Watto has shown me this. You are about to see one of the most obscure, pointless facts about Minecraft, and it is so scuffed. Okay. Let me see. Is this whole world generated as void? It's not. That's fine. I'll set my own void biome. Okay, this is the weirdest property of the game. So, let me just do / walls just so I can like see the bounds we're working with. So I'll just do like walls, black concrete, just so I can kind of see where we are. Set biome, the void. Okay, we have void biome in this little confined area. Now / weather rain. What do you think will happen? Well, the void biome doesn't receive rain at all. It just doesn't. It's not a biome with rain. We can come over here. We'll have biomes with snow. We could set a biome like plains, and it'll rain. But this is like a desert. There's no precipitation. It is no precipitation, right? Hold up. This worked when Watto did it. Okay, this worked on Watto's thing. For some reason, when Watto did it, he still got snow despite the fact that it wasn't raining. I don't know why I'm not. I should have tested it before acting all confident. Lying again! Look. Watto's the one who lied, okay? Maybe you aren't high enough. I can try, but I'm pretty sure he did it from like 160. Here, well, this is the highest we can go. Okay, maybe Watto lied to me. He lied with the footage to prove it. Like, he showed me live on screen share that this was happening. This is not a debunk of Canadian. This was Watto who told me this. Blame him. I'm shoving all the excuse on him, even though I didn't test this before recording. I don't know, but according to him, you only need 2 biomes because void can give you snow, which, well, whatever. That's still a 3rd biome. That is 2 blocks lower than the highest it can go. Oh, well, would you look at that? Because I'm at 318. Still, I know it's not going to work if I go a block higher. Because he did it at like 160. He was getting snow. Also, it's only one block higher than the highest I can go avatar, because I need snow to spawn on top of it. Snow's not going to generate if it's at the top avatar. Um, yeah, no, but still no. That's weird. I don't know how he got it. Would it have to be below the clouds? No, Minecraft's clouds are not a real thing. They're just there. They just float there. They don't have anything to do with the weather. I'm sorry, Avatar. I'm sorry for yelling. I tried to make it a bit. Anyway. Um Also 2025 blocks affected. That's crazy. Yeah, come on, Avatar. I don't know. I don't know what was different about his. We were in the same version, to be clear. I'm not going to Y1000. No, because with Watto, he was getting snow, but wasn't even getting precipitation. Yes, it rains above the clouds. Minecraft's clouds are just imaginary. I assure you, they don't have anything to do with anything. Um, it's why like texture packs will let you, or like shaders or whatever will let you adjust the height the clouds are at, because it just doesn't matter. Michael E, thank you for the $10. I'm back. It's another. Here's my proposal. Change your skin to a door for the rest of the stream and you get $50. I'm actually not that desperate for money. And also, I don't have the door skin anymore. Wait, let me check if I have the door skin. What's the tick speed? Chat, whoever said that might be very wise. Wait, I needed to see who said that first. Brick Stig Mox, I think. Wait, you might be locked in. I know you can't see this, but hang on. I don't want to. I'll show you if it works. But I'm setting the random tick speed to like something fast. No, it's still not working. It's still not. Huh? Okay, whatever. I thought that was the problem, but I guess not. Okay, anyway. Let me go back to looking for my door skin. Well, would you look at that? I do have it. I'd have to relaunch Minecraft, though, because it's single player. How badly do I need $50? Let's see. It's $50. $50 is $50. It's not like it's a lot of effort. It's not like it's a lot of effort. But it's like, am I really gonna kowtow? Just cause someone paid me? Like, what if someone paid me for something different? We want Dornadian? Okay. I'll do it for you guys, not for the money. I'm doing it for the love of the game. For the people. For the proletariat, who will not be receiving any of this money. I'm doing it for you. Okay. And if my OBS crashes because I'm opening a different instance of Minecraft, that will be a sacrifice that I'm willing to make for the good of my bank account. Just to clarify, he's trying to get Snow to spawn without the snowing wither? Yes, which is what Watto got. I know it sounds like it doesn't make sense, but that's what he showed me footage of, and I guess I don't know how it happened. You can see that it still hasn't snowed, but... Chat, where's my $50? Watto! Watto, hey, look at this. Explain yourself. It's the void. And I'm not getting snow on my platform. Do you remember what you did? How do I recreate your experiment? because I just humiliated myself in front of 1,000 people. I got the money. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. Now watch someone pay $50 for me to change it back. So okay, so game rule, random tick speed. I have it set to 10 even right now, which is faster than it's meant to be. And no snow, no snow. It is raining, and we are in the void. What is going on? Well, you've seen what's going on. I blame Watto for coming here because or you mean, sorry, I misread that. Okay, okay. Well, thank you for asking at least. I don't know if Watto will actually be able to solve it. I think something is just fundamentally different about each of our worlds. Like much lower, really? Is this a void world? You see, it's a void biome. It's not a void world. Are you saying if I go to a void world, it'll work? Cause okay. We'll try that. Sure. All right. Weathering. If so, either way, this wouldn't count. But I just want to know. I just want to know how this happened. So I'm willing to experiment. Am I high enough up, Watto? Oh my gosh, he was completely right. That's how you get it. Wow. Wow, that is cursed. Whoa. So this is what's meant to happen, and I guess this isn't happening because of the biome. This is just happening because of the generation. I think the super flat world might manually set a snow height. I think that's why. So here's the thing then. If I go into the world, like the download, right? Here you'll get to see some fun sets that we haven't seen yet. Whoa. This world is not actually a super flat world that sets as void, even though it looks like it. And if I travel in any direction, you will see the void biome everywhere. It's actually a regular world, single biome, but also all the blocks generate as air, which sounds like the same thing, but it's not. So I'm willing to predict that we will not get snow in this world, in the void, because the generation settings are different from super flat. And oh, we don't. Wow. Because this isn't a super flat world, technically. That's crazy. So if I ever set this to super flat, then you can get snow in the void. That makes no sense. I don't know why that's a feature. Why is there a world border? There has to be a world border in the nether and the end, and there can only be one world border size across the 3 dimensions. If you've ever seen world borders be different sizes and different dimensions, that would be because you're on a server, which allows you to do that. But a world, oh my gosh, the lag, downloaded its own separate file, that can only have one world border because it's listed in the level.dat file in only one place. And the data pack that's used only modifies the generation for the overworld. So yeah, I know it's kind of unfortunate. I kind of hate that, but yeah. Isn't there a temperature change on F3 menu? Oh shoot. My webpage crashed. I can't read chat. I think it just tells you based off what the biome is. I don't think it shows you like if you fly around at different heights. I really doubt it. Okay, we are on such a huge side quest. Can we acknowledge that? We are like really far into the weeds of this. We can get back to the video now. We can get back to the point of the stream if we want. It's cold because Nether is hot. I'm pretty sure the end is also set as a hot biome. I'm pretty sure it's at the same as desert. Because if you set end biomes, they also don't get rain in the overworld. And I think you would get rain in the overworld if they had a colder biome. Because precipitation is determined by a couple factors, and the primary one is temperature. The others are like... I don't remember. It's 0.5, desert is 2. Well, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyway, let's get back to this. The rest of the biomes I'm going to add will be trade-offs, most of which will be very small, like the example I mentioned earlier. We need frog spawn or a swamp, so I'm picking the swamp. It's pretty easy to see how the same can be done with... This is also one of the scenes I recorded when I only had like a couple hours left. It wasn't only 1 hour, but it was like maybe 2 or 3. So that's why it's kind of lazy, because it's just me moving around with cinematic camera as I set up a little... I wonder if I could find this, honestly. No, I can't! Because I deleted the world that has this. But yeah, it's just me being surrounded by, like, random stuff, and then I just pan over to the next word said in the script. It's so silly.
Our only source of scute. They spawn naturally in beaches, so this world doesn't need turtle eggs. The player also doesn't need bamboo, because bamboo can just appear in a jungle biome. Well, kind of. If you go fishing in a jungle, you have a 1%...
Ken, is the world in the recycle bin? Okay. You're gonna see how dumb I am right now when I ask this, but when you delete a world, like, through the Minecraft, like, launcher, not the launcher, but the Minecraft, like, menu, the world doesn't show up in the recycle bin. So am I stupid? Or does it just, like, actually delete it? It bypasses the bin. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so it's gone. Yeah, exactly. Is it possibly recoverable by Rekuva? Considering I don't know what that is, I'm going to say no. It's also not that big of a deal. We're kind of trying to solve a problem that no one asked to solve. It's okay. It's just some random set. It's not a big deal.
Chance of just receiving bamboo. So check that off the list. Mojang got even lazier with pink petals. Yeah, you can obtain them by bone mealing pink petals that you already have, or you can go to a cherry grove biome and just bone meal the ground. Can't believe I'm adding a whole new biome just for...
I gotta give credit where it's due. I have to thank the Minecraft wiki for that. I used the Minecraft Renewable Resources wiki to fact check my work, and I did find a few things that I didn't know, and I would have never known this. I would have ran along with this mistake, assuming you need pink petals as an item. That's such an obscure thing. So I'm glad the wiki exists and the effort people put into that, compiling information, because otherwise, doing this alone, legitimately, I'd have, like, how would I know? How would I know that that's even a feature? It's so obscure.
Petals, but finally, last item on the list, emeralds. Foxes. Okay, here's the thing. I know how painful it is to wait for the super rare chance for a fox to spawn with an emerald, because I did it. And we don't need foxes for emeralds, right? There are other sources. If you're watching this video in the future, the Wandering Trader rebalance might be out, which just makes Wandering Traders a source of emeralds themselves, but that's not how...
I didn't know pink petals existed. For real. What's the Watto comment? Someone's gonna watch this in 2 years and wonder why the spunkle biome and the global bush aren't here. That's how I feel. Anyone watching this who hasn't played Minecraft in the past 2 years, and I'm like, oh, so we could craft a creaking heart with resin, and they're like, what's a I just find it funny imagining someone watching this after like 2 years of not playing the game. Oh yeah, the rebalance happened, didn't it? Supposedly. Like it's like properly out, like the day after my video. Or 4 days after my video. That's ridiculous. Or in Bedrock, at least. I don't remember. I didn't look into it. I don't keep up with snapshots that often. But yeah, I did hear about that.
Yet. The only other way to get them out here would be villagers, which would require golden apples to cure, and hey, Zeus can give you gold if you sacrifice the right mob, which is great, but he can't give you apples. The only way you're getting apples is from oak or dark oak trees, which comes from wandering traders who want emeralds.
Oh,
it's a deadly circle.
I was gonna say which come from emeralds. Yeah, okay, not much interesting happens here. This is kind of just me giving contingencies. Okay, here's another situation where I'm going to ask for your opinions on a clip. one of the changes. Because, I don't know. In hindsight, I actually don't know if this was that much of a needed change. It's around here. So the old clip looked like... Let's see. It's probably around here. It was this.
Would be adding one extra item, at which point I may as well just add the biome instead. So I have no choice but to keep the taiga and its painful 1% chance of spawning an emerald fox. Karis
Oh, wait. Actually, it's in a bit. Oh yeah, it's like over here.
Mob spawning, including trading with villagers, traders, and piglins, but
and that got replaced with...
can't get yet. Here's all of them. They are items that can't be obtained from natural mob spawning, including trading with villagers, traders, and piglins, but also can't...
So look, I knew this was a lazy clip because all I did was summon each mob and then like delete the blocks they were spawning on so they fall at a certain timing. But I was like, I can do something a little more creative. But I ended up with this, and this scene happens too slowly, so I speed it up. I feel like it's not my best. You kind of like both? Yeah, I feel like either could have worked. It's just this one feels a little less... I don't know. I start to wonder how much I'm like just adding things or patching things for the sake of patching, and I'm not improving that much. Oops. The effect was the same. Yeah, kind of like the first one. I don't blame you. Yeah, I could see someone liking either.
Villagers, traders, and piglins, but also can't be obtained with the help of any more biomes. That means we're finished with those with 10 total. I'm actually...
You can tell I literally just broke the blocks and reversed the footage, of course, because you see the particles reappear. The new one has more effort in it, but yeah, the effect was the same. Yeah. For the record, that is not the reason it takes me so long to upload. Again, all those changes I made were in like the span of 1 week. Like even that entire shot like way back here, where
Challenge World's the same.
Like this was made. This was made the day I uploaded. I woke up at 11 p.m. I just quickly recorded this entire thing, started editing 11 p.m. Did I say 11 p.m.? 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Sorry for being stupid. I woke up at 11 a.m., recorded this, and then I started editing for the next 8 hours, and then I uploaded in the evening. That's why I uploaded so late, like as people in North America were going to bed. But yeah, this did not take long. I just had to like... It was actually kind of weird. Okay. We're going on a tangent because I'm talking about this now and I want to talk about this now. The way I got this to work was
Challenge Worlds the same way that I see
I needed it to flicker from one thing to the other. I also wanted to turn the thumbnail into an escape room, which I had to consult Watto for a bit for. We had a conversation for a bit, just trying to figure out how you could possibly turn these 4 items into something coherent. And the thing I came up with was twisty vines. That's how I wanted the escape to be. So yeah, slowly we just worked out this like basic thing. But to get the shots to connect seamlessly, this isn't in the same spot. The 2 shots are in physically different places. I had to take advantage of the great little feature in Replay Mod that allows you to manually set the coordinates of the camera to re-record the same track, but exactly 20 blocks lower than the previous one. So the same thing is recorded twice, like the same like arc, but in this one, the action needs to be in the first 5 seconds and then nothing after. And in this one, the action needs to be in the last 10 seconds with nothing happening in the first 5, which was not too hard actually. It was a lot of steps, but since I figured it out the night before and went to bed, by the time I woke up, I knew how I was going to do it. I think it was only easy because I marinated on it for a while until like and the actual sequence itself is just done with some command block timing. The skeleton spawns in right as I'm like panning around, and then like a second later a command block activates this to make it grow. And by grow I mean it does /set block, but wait, is this live now? No. Yes. I can also use flashback, yes, but if you've seen the kind of footage that I get out of flashback, it is very glitchy and I don't know why, so I still use replay. I was wondering why this video was going on for so long. Real. Um yeah, so there's my rant about nothing. Where were we? Oh yeah, we were over here. Okay. This section also used to not exist. On the second channel version, the script used to go, okay, it used to go something like this. I was like, hey, so actually this list of items you can't obtain yet isn't actually complete. It doesn't include lava because I was too lazy to add all the things that branch off of lava, all like the stuff you need a furnace for, and all the stuff you need in the nether, because it's just so much, it's hard to even quantify how much that could be. Suffice it to say, I stopped being lazy, and I bothered to write out the entire list. I know, pretty impressive. Every item that you need a lava bucket for. Yeah, so I was test watching this with my cousin. He happened to be in the room, and like as I was like reviewing the final edits, just because he happened to be visiting, and I was explaining what this list was. I was like, oh yeah, this is everything you need lava for, and my cousin goes, oh yeah, you know, things like basalt. You guys want to look really hard? I forgot to put basalt on the list. It's such a fundamental thing you need lava for. I have polished, but that's only because like you need to smelt. But yeah, regular basalt and polished basalt, I forgot to add them. I'm sorry. Dang it! Also, just to be fully clear, this list is not meant to be things that require lava. This is a different context. This is things that the world I was making so far couldn't obtain. So, like, obviously you could... I mean, for one, if you already had a furnace, then you don't need lava to smelt. This is, for the world I made so far, considering what was available, these aren't obtainable. But then the item list wouldn't be square-shaped? Exactly, Avatar. You get it. You get it. Yeah. I'm so glad that it's a square. So honestly, who cares? The square was so satisfying. The one above it also used to be a square, but then I realized that I didn't include the stuff that you get from fortresses. I don't know how I missed that. So I kind of had to add this whole like layer up here, as like fortress items. The copper bulbs are kind of funny because you don't expect them to be there, but it makes sense. You can cook meat on campfires though. Um, yes. Yeah. Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. There was a whole session between the 31st and the and when this finally came out, like between these two drafts, where I sent these lists to so many people, but you have to understand, and don't blame me or any of them for this, because this is not our fault. But it's really hard as one or like three people to fact check a whole list. Like how many lists were on these? I was like, is this every item that needs biomes? Is there something I can remove? Is this every item that are renewable because of piglins? Is this every non-renewable? So many things that I had to fact check, and no one could do it because it's so tedious. I gave up at a certain point. The fact checkers gave up a lot sooner because it's not their video. But obviously, once you get in a call with 370 people, and by call I mean stream, all of a sudden, I knew this was gonna happen. We joked about it. We were like, yeah, we were like, there's no way you're gonna figure out the mistakes until it gets sent to the masses and some random guy on the internet is, yeah. Well, congrats, guys. You're the random people on the internet who figured out the mistakes. There's also another mistake. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, warp fungus on a stick doesn't have to be here. Someone in the comments wisely pointed that out. It was really subtle, but the moment they mentioned it, it was obvious. Obviously, piglins can spawn holding them, like strider jockeys, so Oops, again. But yeah, at a certain point, you have to give up on the testing and like the re-reviewing and the re-fact checking. Because I said this to so many people, and they're like, "Bro, I can't help you. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know what's missing or what needs to be like removed." Well, they can spawn with a rod. Yeah, a piglin, a zombie piglin spawning on a strider. It has a chance of, or I think it's guaranteed. Either way, it can have a warp fungus on a stick. So, yeah, there's welcome to the world of trying to make a lot of factual statements about comprehensive lists when you're doing lists of things of which there are 1,000 examples. 1,500. I think there's like 1,400 items. You know how many times I had to count the amount of items in the game to fact check what percentages I was using, the 9% and all that? That was originally I just asked online how many items there were and took a number from that, but I didn't trust that. So, pro tip, if you ever want to count how many items are in the game, there's a pretty quick way to do it. Here, I'll actually show you my method, because I've done this multiple times, mostly because I keep messing it up. Okay, so assume you're in a Minecraft world. This is why we have peer review. That's what I'm talking about! Obviously, I peer reviewed with people, but at a certain point, they're like, I can only help you so much. We can't figure out what's wrong. It takes a lot of time to fact check everything, but when there's 370 people, someone's just going to be like, oh yeah, there's an obvious mistake. A multiplication? No. Do not use the creative menu for 10 reasons. First reason, this doesn't have every item in the game. Second reason, a lot of things are repeats. For example, all the enchanted books, which even if you account for that, it gets very tricky because you get to this and you're like, okay, so I'm going to remember that we're like 5 blocks down. Don't do it that way. You're going to want to do /give. And then here's the neat part. This is exactly 10 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all you have to do is count in tens. So I'm going to look that acacia planks is the first thing. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad, right? And that method will take you like maybe 8 minutes. I don't know, like roughly. If you mess up one time, then your count won't be exact. So I can't tell you the exact number because I could have messed up, but that's how you can do it quickly. There might be a faster way if you're like a nerd. But that's how I did it. You should make a video which you'll correct by editing it and deleting and re-uploading every time someone finds a mistake. True! That would be so efficient! Nah. Now you're gonna go back and re-edit the video and include all the mistakes? No. I resigned at a certain point. At a certain point, I accepted that there was gonna be mistakes. You've seen it. There's a CGP Grey video about this, but he says at a certain point he knows there's still gonna be some factual errors, but he just has to get the video out and just tank the response, the emotional weight of like saying something wrong on the internet and just being like, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew there was gonna be something wrong, and that's the conclusion I came to. I'm just gonna. I could make a pinned message, a pinned comment with like updates. That wouldn't be too bad. Ask Camman for his wheel with every item. Yeah, I don't trust that. I don't know, because for one, I'm pretty sure his wheel is going to only include things that are realistic, like, obtainable. I don't think it's going to include spawn eggs. I'm going to be honest. And also, it's probably going to be out of date. I don't know how, like, if he keeps it up to date. I'm not really sure. I don't know. But it doesn't take that long to count yourself. So if you guys want, you can actually, I have a funny idea. You guys should totally go into Minecraft, start counting right now, and see how many of you get the same number. If we get a ton of people with the same number, then that might just be it. Although you should probably do the counting in the latest snapshot. See, that's the other thing, is Minecraft is doing micro updates now. So the count, the final item count changes like every like month, basically. It is so annoying. Re-upload the video as a 5-second Gen Alpha version. Oh, so a YouTube short. Can you imagine this video as a YouTube short? In this video, what how much what is the simplest world that can farm every item? You might think it's Skyblock, but Skyblock can't actually give you crimson trees, and nether wart. But that's when I realized if we added crimson nilium and nether wart to the world, then we could get those. But that's when I realized again that we still couldn't get a source of chorus fruit. And it's just like 3 minutes of that. Every boosts the retention rate. This is why I'm not a shorts channel. I'm trying my best. Why this sounds like a shorts YouTuber? Thank you! That was the impression I was trying to give. I'm glad someone appreciates my acting. Yeah, so anyway, what else is there to bring up about this video? I basically go through the list of items we still need to get, cross them off, yada yada. Here's another scene that I am actually very proud of, where I improved the later edition. So let's see what the old one looked like, and then I'll show you what the new one looks like. And this one's like an objective upgrade. Okay, so we'll start here. Amethyst can be obtained with one budding amethyst block, which just grows crystal unconditionally, so that's pretty easy. As for everything skulk, that can all be grown from a skulk catalyst. Except for more catalysts. For that, we're gonna need wardens, which spawn from shriekers. Now, of course, you can grow shriekers from the catalyst we started with, but not the kind that spawn wardens. The ones that catalysts grow are basically fake ones. For a true source of skulk, we need a natural, legitimate skulk shrieker, which I figured that was hard to follow if you don't know how Skulk works. And why am I explaining it if you did know how Skulk works, there's no reason to explain it. So if I'm gonna bother explaining, I decided to try and find a way to visualize it more fairly. So that's pretty easy. As for everything skulk, that can all be grown from a skulk catalyst. Except for more catalysts. For that, we're gonna need wardens, which spawn from shriekers. Now, of course, you can grow shriekers from the catalyst we started with, but not the kind that spawn wardens. The ones that catalysts grow are basically fake ones. For a true source of skulk, we need a natural, legitimate skulk shrieker. Not bad. At least it was better than the Wandering Trader Piglin Villager clip. You love the stock music from... Yeah, this song is called Hitman, not the game. Just in case anyone was curious. I have so much nostalgia from it, from watching alternate history, like alternate future videos. If anyone has seen those, they like always use this song. But yeah. Which means that's our second... Yo, is anyone actually counting, by the way? I have to ask. I just okay, if anyone is trying to count the because I just realized chat like practically stopped. If anyone is counting this, don't tell me, because you might lose count. Stay focused. You got this. You gave up at 90. Place block in the world. Yay! Now you have something to stand on. Don't worry though, wardens aren't gonna spawn if you don't place any blocks, so you're safe. Just don't place anything. Looking at what's left, it's clear we'll need a sniffer. They're the only mob that provides you I don't think there's much else to say about these. This is mostly just me adding to the list. What's your take on this, by the way? Do you think trial spawner that spawns breezes is one thing? I see no reason why not. I used to have them separated, but it was like while working on the video, I realized I could like optimize it by a block. I think it's fine. Spawner, which generates naturally in the real game, so I think it's pretty clearly what. You can see that this one magically turns into a slime spawner. I don't know how this happened. Like, it's a breeze spawner, and I look away for 5 seconds. And it turns into a slime spawner. I think it's because I actually used, like, naturally generated spawners, and I changed what they were, thinking that would actually change them. They just reverted back to their original mob. But I just cut the footage and pretended like it didn't happen. One thing, it's one block. Now we don't have to start this world on a Skulk Shrieker anymore. We can spawn on this.
I don't know if this is much better. This is also a renewable source. They get triggered if you walk on them, jumping on them too. Not quite, because they need to grow nearby. I think chat's clarifying that, but they need a block adjacent to them to grow. Which, fun fact, actually not that fun, but for some reason when they attempt to spawn but there isn't a block available, they play the sound effect of Warden, like, confused sound, I guess. I don't remember which one it was. I guess we could jump into Minecraft and listen. I'm too lazy, but it plays some weird sound effect. Not weird, but just a random one. Source of cobwebs, but I'll leave that as an exercise for the viewer to figure out why. Next, a creaking heart would take care of all the resin variants that we need, though a creaking heart can be crafted with a resin block, so I think I'll give that to the player instead, because having more recollectible blocks are better for the early game. And the opposite world. It's only made from limited resources. Whoa. Okay, first of all, don't know if that's possible. Because for you to do that, okay, for one, you would have to turn off insomnia so that you don't get phantoms. Second, I think you'd have to turn off mob spawning altogether. Yeah, you'd have to turn off all mob spawning. But then, would that work? Would that world work? So it has every limited resource. Not just like some. It has every finite resource, you're saying. Wait, let me look back at the list. Sorry, we'll jump back to this. I'm actually very interested by this. Where is it? It's about here. 1448. Okay, because here's the thing. Oh, because here's the thing. You don't have a crafting table. So, you have no way to smelt the, you can't make a furnace and smelt the ores. Am I dumb? Is there anything else here you could get a renewable resource out of? Because, like, if there was any way to get an explosion, right? You could blow up one of the ores and it would turn into, like a coal ore would turn into coal. The plants, no, because how would you get renewable resources out of the plants? Again, imagine a world that's only made from, like, this palette. Oh, no, here's the question. How would you contain the items? Like, how would you store them? Oh, duh, you can get seeds from the tall grass. Oh, you're so right. Yeah, it's the tall grass. That's it. It's the seeds. Yeah, so it wouldn't work. No, we could still get this to work, because if they were only in item form, yeah, you can't plant them. I was thinking they were already planted, but if you only have them as items, then yeah, no, we're safe. Same with the dead bush, as long as you can't plant the dead bush on anything, which I don't think you can. I don't think you can plant them on Nilium. Can you? Wait, let me see. I'm not gonna bother switching the tab because this will take like half a second. Dead bush. You can't. You cannot. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Wait. We're chill. What is this list? It's a list of every finite item. We're trying to consider an inverse world where all you have is this. It would be a very boring world. All these tools and all this. Wait. Yeah. What am I talking about? You can use the netherite pickaxe to mine the ores. I think this doesn't work. You could have more stuff because things like furnace. A furnace wouldn't be in this world. This world only has these. So that's why you can't, like, bone meal anything. You don't have bone meal. All you have is these items, but still, yeah, it's the pickaxe problem. You could mine the ores and get, unless every pickaxe has silk touch. Then we might still be in business. Because there's no grindstone, so you can't.
You can't disenchant. You can bone meal the grass. You don't have bone meal. Oh, you're saying. Oh, sorry. You're talking about the normal world. You're saying that you can get tall grass in the regular world. So a few people commented this. This list is only about items, not blocks. So I know that's arbitrary, but my list was about getting things in item form. And as you can only obtain tall grass and ferns via, like, loot from chests, you cannot get them in item form in a renewable way. If I considered items that you can quote unquote get, but not as item form, I would also be adding bedrock to this list. Because bedrock is quote unquote renewable, but not an item form. And that would be silly. Yeah, yeah, you're right. We're still on the question of how you would store items. And I think the answer is, nah, they would just be dropped. They would just be like on the ground. I don't think any container is non-renewable, so yeah, you have 5 minutes to pick them up. That counts. Silk touch is renewable. Shush. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. It's a netherite pickaxe. It already has the silk touch enchantment. That doesn't count. I think this world would work. It's just all the items would be on the floor because you can't contain them all. Shulker's the only way, but shulkers are renewable. Don't you need end portals for dragon egg duping? Yes, I'm also considering no glitches. That was another thing, is people were like, oh, what if you use a duping glitch? Like, okay, I get the joke, but I think we're kind of under good faith assumption here that we're assuming that this world does not use glitches. Otherwise, like, everything's renewable. Can you craft pots? Almost, but again, you don't have the crafting table. So I think we're chill. Yeah, you do need a crafting table to make them. If there's anything else you can craft, like in a 2x2, I don't think there is, though. Because all I can think of is, now you can't with the suspicious sand. Can you turn the suspicious sand into regular sand? I doubt it. No, I don't think you can. He's so close to reading the right messages. What do you want me to read? How are diamonds renewable? Vaults. Though that, of course, that requires the 129 plus player edition. What do you mean read the messages? I'm sorry. I'm not a professional streamer. Combining two pickaxes. Oh! That's it. Thank you. Dang it. Okay, that's it. We'll have to call it a day. No! I'm not falling for that. No! What if there's only one pickaxe in the entire world? Exactly. Titanic gets it, yeah. Who says there has to be multiple? Like, who says? Oh yeah, this world works. We have just created the worst abomination of a world. But I think it works. Unless there's anything else that... It seems good enough. Is there any other way that items just sort of appear? Like, if it snows or something? Obviously, we can set it to a biome that doesn't snow. I think it's good. No, I'm not giving pots to contain the items because pots are a renewable item. Because they can be made with just 4 bricks. Okay, if you wanted to be really annoying about it, we could make pots that are specifically made out of sherds and say those aren't renewable because they're made out of sherds. But I feel like that's silly. Because that's the same item. It's just made out of a different thing. What about falling suspicious sand? Well, what about it? Guys, decorated pot is the same item, whether it's made of bricks or whether it's made of sherds. It has different NBT, but it's the same item. Spam the message till he reads it. The idea is give as much as possible without being renewable. You could give a crafting table, furnace, etc., and they still wouldn't be renewable. Yeah. If you think about it, all of the items are kind of the same, you know? No, they're not. They have different names. But not decorated pots. They have the same name. I'm saying craft the shards. You need a crafting table. Why are we still on this? We have been on this for so long. Okay, where were we? I memorized the timestamp and then I unmemorized it because we've been talking for 3 hours. I'll just skip to the end. Oh yeah, here's another scene that got re-recorded. Let's do that. It's about over here. Okay.
And as usual, I'm not going to provide you the logs when you can get those from a wandering trader later. Eventually. Next up, we still need the grass block, but not just to grow more grass. I didn't really make this clear on the list, but technically we kinda need grass for, most passive mobs to spawn, so it's pretty important. And with the grass block added to the list, that leaves
kind of a terrible clip. I know, but of course I improved it.
3 collectible blocks are better for the grass. I didn't really make this clear on the list, but technically we kinda need grass for, most passive mobs to spawn, so it's pretty important. And with the grass block added to the list, that
and okay, to be fair to my past self, this is one of the clips that I recorded when I only had like an hour left and I was just speedrunning to do anything. So I just, again, did spawn egg spam, but yeah, yeah, new clip obviously better. I wouldn't have recorded a clip like this if I wasn't on a time rush. It's just so lazy.
That leaves 9 items left. And guys, what if I told you that all 9 of these items can be obtained from the same source? Themselves! I hate them. Each of these items can only come from themselves and only produce themselves.
Again, the quote, only produce themselves, is contextual. Obviously, they don't only produce themselves, they produce dyes, for one. Like, all of those flowers produce dyes. But I'm saying in this world, they don't give us anything new, which you already know, but I feel like I have to add that clarification. Because it's technically wrong. There's actually only 3 items that truly only produce themselves, and only come from themselves. That would be glow lichen, glow berries, and sweet berries. Those are the only 3, as far as I know. Actually, I think firefly bush is being added to that list. I haven't tested it, but according to what I read on the wiki, firefly bush would also be in that group, which brings it up to 4. It's in the pool of the fox. I thought, no, it's not. It's not. That's probably, you're probably Mandela affecting yourself because they're associated with foxes, but they don't come from foxes. Firefly bushes produce snacks. Do they produce anything? I genuinely don't know. You can make bone meal out of those? That's pretty clever. That's a pretty good debunk to the statement I just made. Yeah, I think you kind of just fact-checked me on that one. Whatever, doesn't count. Whatever. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. I want to keep my imaginary fun fact. But yeah, no, you're right. You could put them in a composter.
These 5 can just be duped with bone meal. These 3 just naturally grow. I will admit cocoa beans technically are the exception since
they produce happiness. No, but anyway.
This world for their own sake, just like the others. Our last one being mycelium. Only here to grow more mycelium. Thank you.
Trader spawns will give leads and leather renewably. Oh ho ho! I've got a simple solution. The player is in the nether. Checkmate, liberal. Also, we turned off mob spawning anyway, so we may as well turn off wandering traders spawning, and patrol spawning. We're already cheating by changing the by changing the what are they called? Game rules. So yeah, you would have to turn off trader spawning.
Mycelium. And there you have it, 20 items and 3 blocks. Add that to the 10 biomes and 2 structures, and we have 35 things that can let you farm every renewable resource.
I don't know why I said thank you, mycelium. I just felt the urge to appreciate it.
Except for 27 of them. You thought this was over? Ever since 1.21, the list of renewable resources...
Oh wait, this one's also a change. Wait, I should probably look at it.
Except for 27 of them. You thought this was over? Ever since 1.21, the list of renewable resources has become sketchy simply because of vaults. Vaults can reward items that we don't have in our world yet, like diamonds and heavy cores and enchanted golden apples. Once a player opens a given vault with its...
How to farm gravel? Piglins. Anyway, alright.
Things that can let you farm every renewable resource. Except for 27 of them. You thought this was over? Ever since 1.21, the list of renewable resources has become sketchy simply because of vaults. Vaults can reward items that we don't have in our world yet, like diamonds and heavy cores and enchanted golden apples.
Yeah, the only real change I know is just like that fall thing. But yeah, just small improvements.
Apples. Once a player opens a given vault with its respective key, they can never open that vault again, but other players still can. Each player gets one chance at each vault. But here's the kicker. Vaults can only remember 120...
So if you look closely at this, the way I tested this, because this was a fact I had only heard, but I wanted to test it myself to know it was true, I modified the data of the vault to say every player that had ever opened it, except you can make up any UUID you want. They don't have to be real players. So I just went 0001, 0002, all the way to 128.
28 unique people. If a 100...
And then the first one was me. And that's how I tested to prove that it works. I think it's a foolproof test. I do kind of like the idea of actually doing a real test. Like doing some big event. But it would take a while. And... I don't know, I don't think it'd be that interesting. It'd be getting 128 people to waste time sitting in a lobby waiting for their one turn to open a vault. But it could be fun. Just for like a full proper proof.
129th place?
Let's do the event right now. Okay, hey, in fairness, there's more than 128 people watching the stream. So maybe we do have 129 friends. The one problem, I don't think I have a server prepared to handle that many people. We could do it though. We could. I mean, we could do it. Points right, points left. Bleeding emoji. You should make a video on mycelium, just like facts about it. I'm not Block Facts. Go to Block Facts. Here's every fact about mycelium. Okay. So it uses random tick speed to grow to any of the blocks within a 3x3 cube centered around it, if they're exposed by something air or a certain criteria of transparency. I'm not going to go into how random tick works, but it picks random blocks in the chunk every tick to do an action. Mycelium lets you grow mushrooms in daylight or like bright light, the same way that Podzol allows you to. Yeah, that's every mycelium fact. The end. Can you change the MBT data of the vault to not need 129 players to make it faster? No, because that's not in the MBT data. That's in the code. The MBT data just stores information, not the rules of how the block works. If that makes sense. Mycelium is closer to gray than purple. See, there's another... There we go. There's the third fact about mycelium.
Player opens the vault, it adds them onto the list of players who have opened it, and then forgets the first player, which means the same player can open it twice. And if they did so, it...
Yo, can you hear that, like, rolling sound in the background? Okay, it disappeared. Whatever. I'm going crazy.
Would forget the second player, and so on. Which is great! New renewable items! My original plan was to include this, at least for the I have more than 128 friends edition of this map. It would require adding 2 new things, each kind of vault, since you do need both vaults to get access to the full palette, but they both reward golden apples.
I'm so sorry for all the people who were watching the segment where I said, our only way to get tridents is the warm ocean, but I'll explain why that's not entirely true later. And then the explanation I gave was 1 second of footage where I have tiny text on the screen that says, this is how you get tridents without biomes. I could have just recorded a sentence, but I kind of forgot this clip existed, and it kind of got thrown in the corner. So rest in peace to the people who were waiting the entire video for that explanation and they missed this 1 second shot. Oh yeah, another fun fact about mycelium. You use a shovel to mine it. There we go, we're up to 4.
Apples, which is now a much easier way to get emeralds, meaning I could finally remove the taiga. So the net effect is you only need 36 things. That's not bad, and anything crafted with diamonds could be renewable now. Your jukeboxes, your enchanting table, and every...
You thought drowns couldn't spawn in warm oceans anyway? Oh, they can spawn in all oceans and all rivers. Though there was the... Oh, I'll tell you a fun fact. I'll tell you okay. Drowns in oceans, specifically, this is not the case for rivers, but in oceans, they can only spawn like 5-ish blocks below sea level. So if you're above sea level or you're like less than 5 blocks below it, they will not spawn. Here's another fun fact. In Superflat, sea level is put at the bottom of the world. You notice the problem? So it's that fact that is the reason that we added a data pack to the world. Literally all the data pack does is generate the world as vanilla, like non-superflat, but also it deletes all the blocks. And that's why it didn't rain earlier, because it's not a superflat world. Because superflat was glitched. I don't know why it's like that. You would do good on Minecraft Jeopardy? Wi-Fi's trivia? Yeah. I did pretty decent, but I also know a lot about this because I've been researching it for a video, of course. Chat, if you were trying to get drowns to spawn in a void world, and they were just not spawning, no matter what you did, how on earth would you figure out that it's because sea level's at the bottom of the world? Because for me, it was a hunch after like 3 hours of crying. It was just a random hunch. And I figured it out with turtles, which also spawn like near sea level. I placed my beach at the bottom of the world after painfully waiting for them to spawn. Boom, mind blown. Suddenly I was getting turtles. And then I realized it was the same problem for drowns. Would assume the sea level's low because the world is dry. I guess, but it was so obscure. Like, it was not because I knew trivia. It was just because of, like, troubleshooting. Sorry, I'm trying to comprehend a question someone asked. Oh, equal letters. Your example makes no sense. What is a copper sting? So someone asked how many item or the longest Minecraft item where it has equal letters on each side of the... What's a copper sting? Okay. I'm gonna continue. Don't you know? Leather stings, iron stings, emerald stings?
Armor trim, which only come from themselves. They're in their own crafting recipe. More items that only exist for themselves, but they have to be...
Legitimately, this one I only figured out like while editing the video. I felt so stupid. And the only reason I noticed was because I looked back at this and I was editing the audio for the part of the video where I say, oh, anything that's crafted with diamonds is renewable, like jukeboxes and enchanting tables. And I sat here staring at this screen and I'm like, Ken, that's not everything you craft with diamonds. I literally listed all these other things. And then I sort of had a mental breakdown. And so I recreated that mental breakdown for the video because, man, legit, I thought it was only 36. I did not think of the trims for some reason. Nobody thinks of the trims. They're so stupid. I hate trims. I hate trims just because of this video. Why do they only exist for themselves? You know about the super flat ocean thing from watching Mog Swamp? Whoa. I'm wondering where that would come up. Like where did like in what context was that relevant in Mog Swamp series? I really don't know. Where else like one of the reasons I can think is the level you're at when the sky gets dark, as opposed to like the bright color that's above ground. Though I don't think that's because of sea level. I believe that just happens to be around the same height as sea level. So I don't think it's that. He made a fake river slash ocean build. Sure, but that wouldn't get drowns anyway because the super flat world is plains biome, which doesn't spawn drowns. So he's oh, do fish also spawn based off of that? Uh, hmm. No, fish also only spawn in like water biomes. You counted 1,384 items? Dude, I think my number. Wait, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, what was my number? Wait. Wait. 1384, you say? Oh, I don't have mine written, but I think mine was really close to 1384. Which, in fairness, the odds that I messed up aren't like insanely high. Oh, 1395, 1389. I think my number was like, I know it was in the 1380s. Um, wow. So which is it then? I'm seeing three different numbers. Mycelium is taller than grass path, despite them both having dirt texture on them. True. There. Now we're up to five. Hey, we didn't mention the fact that you need a silk touch for them, so I think that's six facts. I can name six facts about mycelium. Mog just knows a lot about Superflat. That's valid. I was just wondering why he'd bring it up in a video because I was curious. Oh well. There might have been like an actual reason. You're gonna guess 1387. You're only saying that because that's in between them. Okay. Anyway. Trim, which only we already saw this clip. Yeah. So then we have a lot of footage of me playing the world that I made. Although this isn't real footage, this is obviously just for show. I didn't actually play my world. That would be insane. But even this took like 5 hours, like the whole process of getting the stock footage. I have the final world that I was left with, although it doesn't really matter because it's not real. It's just a set. But one of the cool things about it is oh, I remember this. This was around Christmas. This was very close to Christmas when I was at this shop. So I was watching It's a Wonderful Life with my family. I watched the entire thing while sitting there with my laptop, running tick sprint over and over, just sitting here awkwardly, trying to get traders to spawn. I did not get a wandering trader until the end of the movie. That used to be in my script, but I thought it'd be too like random to mention. Insane luck. Terrible luck. Although I think I remember hearing about a supposed bug report that I don't trust, because of where I heard it. That like they fail to spawn if their spawn attempt is on snow layers, which for one, they attempt to spawn 10 times. So I figure statistically they would land on something that isn't a snow layer. And for two, the first point again, honestly, that's my only reason. How long did it take to script, shoot, and edit this video? It's hard to say because okay, so it's been 7 months since I've last uploaded. This particular project started in November. A lot of the voice lines were recorded in one day in December. like maybe 3 or 4 days. I did all the voice lines. Then I bounced to a different project, then to a different project, and got distracted by other things. Then I came back to this one, and I did all the visual recording, which took maybe 2 days. Like all the footage, all the visuals, the background. Then I did some retakes over the course of like a week, and then I did the final set of retakes over the course of like 9 days. But that's not to mention some other. It was very scattered. I wasn't keeping track, but I'll say overall, definitely less than a month. Like if you added all the days back to back, it was just really spread out over the course of time. Maybe in a previous version it was a bug. Possibly. The bug report was saying something about the trade about traders not spawning in snow biomes, and the comments were like suggesting they were theorizing that it was snow layers, but I don't think that's true. I think the comments were dumb and wrong. Anyway, let me get back into the Minecraft world because I want to randomly fly around the set. And show you, I don't know, just anything interesting. That's what we're here for. I'm still a door. I wonder if this guy got his money's worth because I've not spent a lot of time on the world itself. So, so the way this went, that wasn't part of the original thing. That was for a clip later, so that doesn't count. The way I wanted this to go is I originally built a staircase up to like way up here to get snow because I forgot there was a snow biome. So after I built that, I destroyed the whole thing and then bridged out here, built a thing here for farming snow. I had to light this up because mobs would spawn on it and walk across and come over. Then I started slowly expanding this platform while like going back and forth, coming here, killing mobs, collecting snow, building the snow platform. A cycle of the three, again cheated. I teleport between them, just getting footage of each. Um, Occasionally I had to increase my like XP bar or whatever, and what kind of food I was eating at the time. And then this is the really funny part. You'll see this clip later. It also showed up earlier in the video. It's a clip where you see a time lapse of me building the platform, building the snow platform really quickly. And it looks kind of impressive. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. But if you look closely, if you look too closely, look at how much progress is on this row. Wait, let me see. Let me see. Okay, how much progress is on this row? It's the same amount. It's 2 blocks each time because each time I'm just doing / move to make it look like I'm doing it legit. And I do the same trick here. And then I think I do the same trick here, but I do a different amount. So I messed it up here. I didn't even notice. I, I was off to the side by a block. That's funny. You're still at the stream. This is why I love your channels. Thank you. Mycelium does not taste like grass. All right, we're up to 7. Yeah. So anything else that I need to mention? Oh yeah. This scene was also recorded between the 31st and the final upload. So that shot is not in here. I'm not going to bother looking through the old draft to not find it because I know it's not here. But it's kind of a waste of time. What do you think of the trades? I spent like maybe an hour listening to like a podcast in the background as I just made up all these trades for hypothetical like non-renewables. I wanted the dragon egg to be expensive. For these I was like, what do you do? What do you trade for like sponges? um Guys, I realized another problem with our world, I think. Wait, let me think. The world we were talking about with finite. stuff or like non-renewables? Cause like couldn't you theoretically? Yeah, cause like what if you had four? Okay, I guess you just wouldn't. But if you had four like polished blackstone or polished deep slate, you could make polished deep slate bricks. Which, to be fair, you already have polished deep slate bricks. That's already one of the non-renewables. So actually, I guess we don't care. That's pretty cheap considering bartering. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Just random footage. I put a mangrove slab in here as a non-obtainable. I just thought I was funny. I hope I didn't confuse people. Mangrove slabs are in fact obtainable. Um, yeah. And so see all these items though that I would have had to add. Well, not this, but this and this. Um, and spawner. Not really spawners. But the infested stone. Like these are items that are quote unquote renewable, the same way tall grass is renewable, but not really, because you can't obtain them as an item. And I feel like it's not fair to say that tall grass is renewable unless I also add like bedrock and stuff and like this, which I'm not gonna do. So that's why it's considered non-renewable. One of my favorite videos because I'm always interested in renewable resources. Yeah, turns out a surprising amount of people were actually really interested in this question, which I did not expect, but I'm really glad because I think it's something a lot of people speculate on. Um, so yeah, I finally got around to doing it. You can shear tall grass. You can, in fact, not shear tall grass. But thanks for playing. Anyway, this clip is meant to show like a question of what even counts as obtainable because like I'm like, oh, bedrock generates, so does that count as obtainable? And this is petrified oak slabs, which fun fact, petrified oak slabs could arguably be considered all three groups. It's not obtainable because you can't get it, but it is renewable because the way that you do get it is renewable because back in old Minecraft where you could get petrified oak slabs, you made them out of wood, so which was renewable. But you could also consider them limited because if you made some petrified oak slabs and then went to latest version, you'd have petrified oak slabs, which makes them obtainable, but you wouldn't be able to get any more, so they would be a limited resource. Depending on how you want to bend the rules, they fit in all three categories, which I find neat. You should get started on your April Fool's video. I don't have an April Fool's video, don't worry. I didn't understand how diamonds were still renewable without over 100 friends. They're not. They're not. The list that I have here of limited resources, this one assumes you have 129 friends. So that's why diamonds aren't on it and stuff. Yeah. Best is base 2. Yeah. Did you ever consider how many items would be renewable if you were allowed to change your Minecraft version as much as you want? I don't like that. I don't like the people who do challenges where they're like, is it possible to do this? Where they allow version changing. I just find that weird. I don't know. Because they'll go back to like super old versions. Also, I don't think it would change much. Here's my going insane. What if you allow duping? What if you allow mending? What if it's in Bedrock Edition? Yeah. And chunk regen. I pointed out chunk regen in my video. So all the people who were like, also, I point that out mostly as a joke. Chunk regen is here to imply that some of these could be renewable in a normal world. Again, it would not work in the void world. I feel like I just have to say that just in case some people weren't here earlier. Chunk regen will not magically bring vanilla terrain into a super flat world. Can we get mycelium facts for April Fools? No, because the bit is not that funny. It's only funny because you were here when it happened. Sadly, that is how inside jokes work. I know, it's tragic. This was also, oh, you guys want to see what this shot used to look like?
Don't even know what it means to be a renewable, but who says a resource has to be an item? What about mobs? Of all the renewable mobs in the game, comment if you know the 2 mobs that aren't, 7 renewable mobs still can't be obtained in the world.
It's just text. It's just 7 names. I didn't have time, okay? I had like an hour, I had like 30 minutes left to upload the video, and but of course after that I added something better.
To be an item, what about mobs? Of all the renewable mobs in the game,
Also, the music's different, worth pointing out.
if you know the 2 mobs that aren't, 7 renewable mobs still can't be obtained in the world I just made. Maybe it's not complete yet, there's definitely a lot more to do to engage with the original question, but this is where I'm going to draw the line, because you know what? Every tiny update...
So, okay, this is an interesting part. I did this whole part, like, last minute, kinda. What do you think of this? I put a disclaimer here saying this could be very inaccurate. I did not do my research. But this was meant to be an attempt at what the list would be in older versions. I think 1.21 flat is pretty simple. All I removed was Creaking Heart. After that, it's really simple. Oh wait, wrong one. I think it's really simple because you just remove what is it? Trial spawner, because 1.21. You misspelled inaccurate. That's a really funny misspelling. And then I removed this because you don't need armadillos and 1.20 flat. It starts easy, but it gets more sketchy the further back you go. I removed the 1.20 items. Then I removed the 1.19 item. I had to replace it with a grass block because you need a block to stand on, right? I also removed the what's it called? Swamp. I don't think you need a swamp anymore because you don't need frogs. These facts aren't fun anymore, they're just fact. Inaccurate spelling, thank you. Yeah, then I removed that. I think it's pretty solid for now, but once it gets to 1.14, this gets tricky. Do you guys want to know what mob was added in 1.14 that makes my list probably inaccurate after this? It's Wandering Traders. So after Wandering Traders get added or get removed because we're going back in time, I think these are all the plants I have to add. Again, I don't expect you to be able to fact check on the spot. I'm not even asking you to. But this is what I end up with. I have to add the swamp back because swamps are your only source of blue orchids. That's the only way you can get them. And I had to add a flower forest for all the flower biomes, of course. Or for all the flowers. Also, Jamin, thank you for the $5 again. I've been drinking water. Thank you. But I think it's solid so far. I think. It's just then 1.9 1.8 I made a slight mistake. I left the beetroots here, so I had to sort of like Photoshop it out. Because I forgot that beetroots were added in 1.9. I mean, who knows that? Ridiculous, obscure trivia. Then after 1.8, we finally remove a structure. The structures are insane. They have just been sitting here unchanged the whole video until this moment. And finally, I added a little explanation here. I said that assuming that this is accurate, I believe that Skyblock was only 6 items away from being the world that has all renewables for its era. It would have needed a spruce sapling, a jungle sapling. It already has the other 2. Cocoa beans. It would have needed mycelium, of course, netherwort, and though I forgot to list it, soul sand, because there's no piglins anymore, so this would have needed soul sand, and an extra dirt, because you need something to grow trees without sacrificing your grass block. I think that's it. 6 items away, and Skyblock would have literally been the simplest world that can farm every farmable item for its era. How many blocks, biome structures do you have to purge from a world before the remaining resources can't be replenished without mobs? let me see if I can understand what you meant. Or are you just clarifying for someone else? I can't tell if you're asking something to me. I don't understand your question. Wait, okay. How many blocks biome structures do you have to purge? So how far can you go removing them before the remaining resources can't be replenished? That seems like you could go in a lot of directions. Okay. Well, the reason I'm confused is the question doesn't sound linear. It doesn't sound like there's a one way you could go with this, because couldn't you just remove certain things or certain other things and get a different answer? Like dirt can't be renewed if you get rid of saplings and water. Well, but it can once you get a trader. So what's the minimum for 100% advancements? That one's kind of interesting. I like that question. Okay, so um let's see. First of all, what can we remove? All right, you can tell I'm truly obsessed with this question because I get distracted by your random sub questions. Um Here, where
To
is
draw
it?
the line, because you know what?
Okay, so first, you need every biome. So, ouch, that's like 40 things. That's like 60 things, roughly. So that's already painful. Second, you need every mob to be renewable, so we will need all the mob stuff. Plus, we need a source of camels, which will mean you'll need 2 camels, because that's the only way to get them. Unless you want to do a camel spawner, but I think that's a stupid answer. You do need a laze. Yeah, you do need a laze. You also need mushrooms, so you'll need a mushroom biome. You'll also need a way for hoglins to spawn, so you'll need the crimson biome. You'll need husks to spawn, so you'll need a desert. You'll need polar bears are polar bears are breedable, so you'll need a biome for polar bears. Yeah, and you do need, yeah, you're right, bastions, of course, need to be added. As well as a stronghold, obviously, and an end city, you know, all those, right? No strays can spawn in this world already. I think what we can get rid of, probably no, because you need these for food. I think you can get rid of these flowers. I don't think they really have a purpose for advancements. Probably also the glow lichen. Amethyst. You do need amethyst. Yeah, for the spyglass. Yeah. Um, what about chorus fruit? Do you need chorus fruit? Am I dumb? What's what's an advancement you need chorus fruit for? I don't think you need it. So you could probably get rid of that. How did we get here is fine. You can get every effect already, except yeah, I think you can. So you can get dolphins for that darkness and pufferfish. Yep, I know you can get all the regular potion effects. You can get Hero of the Village. Yeah, I think you can get it already. Eat every food. Yeah, that one's doable. You would need to be in the 129 plus flare version though, because enchanted golden apples, right? Oh yeah, balanced diet. Good call. Oh, I'm so ashamed I forgot that. Yeah, of course. Balanced diet needs chorus fruit. Yeah, so we do need this. Okay, okay. So I think we just removed these 5 items. What about the wood? Wait, we don't need nether wood, right? Mining fatigue. Yeah, okay. So add an elder guardian. I'm not keeping count, by the way. So so if you thought I was keeping count, you'll have to rewatch the footage if you really care that much. We're not going to figure this out on the spot, to be clear. We're going to miss something. But if anyone wants to figure out that question, yeah, just take this and modify it, I guess. Because the problem is there's other things like consider that you need ancient debris and full netherite armor. And like, how are we going to do that? Are we going to give like a stack of ancient debris for the hoe and all that? Or are we just going to give each individual item? Probably each individual item, because that feels like less things. Um, hmm. Yeah, so that's like 6 items plus the dragon egg, so 7 items at least that you need for like the item advancements. You can already get a beacon. If we're adding an end city, we can remove the shulker spawn egg? No, because end cities do not naturally spawn shulkers. They come with them pre-existing. And as usual, we're not adding an end city. We're adding the bounding box. The bounding box is also what gives you the advancement. I am 99% sure. I'm pretty sure. Because how else would they check the advancement? I'm pretty sure the bounding box gives you it. So yeah, we wouldn't have an actual end city, no actual shulkers, just like we do with these. Evoker for totem is needed. Yeah, you can already get evokers. Raids already happen, as usual. Hey, this stream has been awesome, but I'm going to go watch your other videos now. All good. This stream is basically over. We're just rambling about a question at the very end. I think that's the end of the video. I think that's mostly everything I wanted to say. I really appreciate you guys for watching it. This video I thought would be a flop. It was a 1 out of 10 by a lot. Which, okay, in case you don't know, by YouTube terms, that's ranked first out of your past 10 videos for how well it performed in the given time span. It got to 1 million in the same time that my second fastest video got to 700,000. So, not even close. There's no competition. This video performed faster than any others. Which, wow. I mean, it's partly because I haven't uploaded in 7 months, and I think people were very excited, but I'm glad. So I really appreciate you for watching it, because I was super nervous that I wasn't going to perform well. I literally had a dream, like, before uploading, that it only got 100k. So, yeah, I appreciate it, and I think that's everything. Is there anything else we need to, like... If you have any more questions, now's the time. I'm not going to finish the question about advancements, because it's going to take too long. But I can show you anything else if you want before we go. And I get around to real life activities. Another February video or March? Great question. So, look. I failed my goal. That does not mean that I shouldn't still try to behave as if I haven't. But if we're being real, I don't... Look, there's like... How many days left are there? There's like 16 days left. And I know what video I'm making next. I know exactly what it'll be, and I've already worked on it quite a bit. But I'm not finishing it in 16 days. And I'm not going to try for the same reason I didn't try for this one. I feel like I will stress too much if I go for February, but I think I can still get myself... I can still pressure myself to be productive if I go for March. So I think the answer to that question is... the next goal is March. Because that's the most realistic and that's the most likely to get the best outcome. And that's what we care about. So, yeah, I'll say the next goal is March. Villitson, or Maxine, thank you for the 15. Just wanted to spend money before your stream ended. Okay. You finally got to spend money on me. Actually, you might have donated before, I don't remember. But yeah, I appreciate it. How long would a full run take of this? Oh, hey. You want to test it? We were considering how long a task of this would be. Remember, the goal of this, hypothetically, like the quote-unquote finish point when you won, I said was if you get 1 of each renewable item. Now, if that's the goal, how fast do you think a task could beat this? Well, the answer is it would take at least 3 hours, because I calculated, and considering all the items that you need Wandering Traders for, and Wandering Traders, at best, only spawn once every 20 minutes, I think you need around 12-ish traders? It might have been more, but I think you need about 12. So, oh, or wait, it might have been 9. Sorry, it might. I think it was 9 different traders, considering like how many items they can give you. Yeah, it was 9. Actually, well, I don't remember. I just remember that I calculated that it was at least 3 hours. Might have been more. It doesn't matter what RNG manipulation you have. You literally will only get a wandering trader every 20. So no matter how good of a task, no matter how much RNG manipulation, even if it's like legitimate manipulation or imaginary RNG manipulation, if it's done legit, it would still take a task at least 3 hours, just because of traders, which pace lock it. Um, Unless there's some other glitch I don't know of that lets you manipulate the level.dat file to change the wandering trader cooldown time somehow. I don't know. I doubt there is. Yeah, you could still get the best in those 3 hours, but it would still take 3 hours. What about max tick speed? Well, okay, well that's max tick speed. Um, okay. Also, max tick speed isn't a thing, guys. It tick speed depends on how well your computer thinks it can handle running as fast as possible without overheating your CPU. So it depends on your hardware. I think there might be a hard-coded limit, but I don't know if there is. And even if there is, you probably don't have a computer good enough to reach the hard-coded limit. Yeah. I tried the world and spawned with all 3 of the blocks on top of each other. Oh yeah, sorry if I confused you by the stock footage. The world isn't like that. Yeah, it is. They are above each other. Yeah, that's how the actual download is. I just had them close to each other in the footage because it works for better footage. The reason I put them far apart was because I wanted them to be far away from each other. I don't know why I wanted that, but I also wanted them to be all at 0, 0, so I put them all in a column. I don't know. You can think that's a dumb decision if you want, and I don't blame you. But that felt like the least arbitrary thing. And I put like this at lowest because it's like in a deep dark, and the portal's at about y equals. It's in between. Hi, Watto. Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad you'll be listening. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching my stream. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Goodbye, Watto. Goodbye, Watto. Yeah, sorry, guys. No, I really have things to do in real life. And I. Okay. Fine. This is your last chance. I will answer one more question, and then the stream will end. So that you can savor this, and so it's not too much of a jump scare. It's too much of a startle. A very serious question. One more serious question. Do you have $5? Yes. All right. Goodbye.